Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Demetrius Johnson, and you're listening to MMALatestNews.com.
It's time to roll, baby.
Welcome, everybody, to the MMA Latest YouTube channel. My name is Andreas Giorgio here for UFC 235 Live with Mr. Stephen Howson. The watch-along, the live watch-along for a packed pay-per-view card from Las Vegas, Nevada. And if you're watching us, if you're joining us here today, you can watch along with us on BT Sport.
Yep, that's what we're doing. We are going to be sitting here giving you alternative commentary as the fights are going on, giving you our views, answering your guys' questions, making it properly interactive. I hope you guys like the new set. Anyone that joined us for watch-alongs last year, the year before, a couple of years ago when we was doing them, and it was in my loft, I hope that you now like the new set. I think it looks absolutely wicked in here, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. We've got a brilliant show lined up for you. We're way more than we've ever packed into one of these, and trust me, this is only the beginning. They're going to get even better. If you want to join in with the interaction, make sure to hit me up on Twitter at Mr. Stephen Howson with the hashtag UFC 235 Live, or over on the MMA Latest Twitter. And while you're doing that, you can also give Dre a follow as well if you fancy doing all of that sort of stuff. So get your questions into the comments. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to give it a share, because this is a channel that we've really neglected, if we're being honest with ourselves. But we are coming back with a vengeance this year, and you guys can help us do that. We've just watched an absolutely crazy fight with Zabit Magomedsharipov against Jeremy Stephens, and we didn't really, as we were setting up, we didn't really study it enough to know who'd won the thing, but it was like, looks like Jeremy Stephens was having a real good old time. Dre goes, do you think he's finished? And I was like, absolutely not, looking at that, what he's just put in as a performance. It looks like Zabit got his hand raised at the end. I don't know if anyone's unhappy with that. Jeremy Stephens seems to think that he was going to get the win. So
he seemed
I don't
really
know.
pissed off about that decision.
He did. If you guys have just been watching that, then that was the final prelim fight. Let us know in the comments. Do you think that was a fair result? Do you think that was the right result? And also let us know which fight on the main card are you looking forward to the most. For me, it's Ben Askren.
Ben Askren, the debut of Ben Askren.
Yeah, I mean,
in the UFC.
a lot of people are like,
I think we would get there.
No, for the exact same reasons, like when Dana White comes out and he goes, there'll never be a women's MMA or in the UFC, and you're like, okay. That changed. And then the Ben Askren one, I really didn't think was going to happen, because the guy was like going back and forth with Dana all the time, but Dana caved in. Let him do it.
Why do you think he caved in, though?
I have no idea. It might have been getting rid of the flyweight division, and he thought, there's a big deal to be made here. Chael Sonnen was talking midweek, and I found it really interesting that he was going on with the way he was talking that, is Ben Askren a superstar? Could he become a superstar? I already think he is. The fact that people even know who Ben Askren is, without any of the other stuff that's going on, I think Ben Askren already is a superstar. I think he's got a cult following. And I think, you know my feelings on interim titles, you know my feelings on the fannying around that we're doing at the moment. Let them fight, and we'll find out what everybody's all about.
Well, that's a very interesting fight, which I'm sure we'll get to talk about a lot. Both guys have not fought since 2017. Robbie Lawler, Ben Askren, they've been out of the cage, they've been inactive, and maybe you could say it's a fair way for both of them to kind of get back into the action.
Jacket out that Kamaru's wearing, that is, where do I get me one of them? Yeah, you're right, and I think inactivity is legit. And I also do question the standard that Ben's been fighting over in one championship. I do question that. And I don't question who Robbie Lawler's been fighting at all. But I slightly sway to Ben in this fight, and I don't know if that's right or wrong. I know who he trains with. I think that's a massive factor in why I'm picking who I'm picking. But what do you reckon? Which way are you going on that one?
Yeah, I'm going to go Ben Askren. I'm all aboard the hype train. You know, I think you make a very valid point. Who has he beaten? You know, we saw what he did to Shinya Aoki, one championship before he retired, but Robbie Lawler has been fighting at that elite level for such a long time.
But yeah, his fight history, you just go, Jesus Christ. Yeah. I mean, I can't wait for this card. Is sick. Forget all the Turinabol and picograms around it. We get to see Jon Jones, and Jon Jones is probably the hardest man that's ever stepped into a cage. Who can beat him? There's probably not a man alive, and there might not have been a man alive. I'd love to have seen him against the peak pre-USADA Brock Lesnar. I would have.
A prime Fedor as well, maybe.
A prime Fedor, I think, comes nowhere near him. I think he's the best guy to ever have stepped in the cage.
Really?
Yeah, and like, yeah, you can throw your pound for pounds in and all that lot. No, because he's a light heavyweight. He could fight at heavyweight. There ain't no man alive that can beat him. There ain't been no man alive that can beat him.
That is such a big statement.
On or off the gear? Mainly on.
Well, look, it's going to be fantastic to see Jon Jones because, yes, with everything that's happening outside of the octagon, with all the doping allegations, the continued drug test failures, the questions and the pressure is mounting on Jon Jones to solidify his legitimacy, his career. And Anthony Smith, I mean, it's kind of a name that's come out of nowhere, really. He's been building slowly, got some big wins against former UFC champions in Shogun Rua, Rashad Evans.
Just watching the highlights of Tyrant absolutely destroying Robbie.
He's
Lawler.
A monster, an absolute monster.
He is one of my favourite fighters at the moment. But yeah, you're right, Anthony Smith's come out of absolutely nowhere, and he's probably being given the respect that he's got, to be honest, which is very little. And he got pissed off this week with people asking him constantly, do you think you've got a chance in this fight? And I can imagine, as an athlete,
piss you off.
The ego that it comes with being an athlete, the fact that you've got people asking you this constantly, you'd be like, listen, why don't you just wait and see on Saturday night? How does he win this fight for you?
It's all about the power. It is all about the power of Anthony Smith. We've seen him.
I wasn't thinking of power.
What he does. He comes in and he's just got absolute venom in his fist. Of course, he's got that ground game as well. We saw that against Volkan Ozdemir. But I think that's what's going to shock Jon Jones. I don't think Jon has been hit hard, maybe since the first Alexander Gustafsson fight. No one's touching him, really. Nobody.
No. I think the way Anthony Smith wins this is to make it a brawl. If Jon keeps the distance, if he likes that teep to the leg, to the outside of the leg, if he keeps him away like that, it's going to be a long night for Anthony Smith.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a long night anyway. I think he loses this fight, but there is always that brawler's chance, and Anthony Smith can make an absolute brawl out of this. Every single fight that he's been in, he comes out looking like he's headbutted a train. Every single fight that he goes through the ringer.
Yeah.
Even if he wins, he goes through the ringer, and what that tells me is he is tough as fuck, which means that if you're going to beat this guy, you've got to be prepared to take some, because he's going to take some, and he's going to try and take some to give you some. And I think what Anthony Smith needs to do is to make Jon Jones forget about his game plan, forget about how he was going to maybe outpoint him, how he was going to do whatever he was going to do, and he just needs to get him in there and make it a rock'em sock'em robots. And if he can do that, then I think Anthony Smith actually stands a chance of pulling off a shock here. I've heard people calling it a Buster Douglas level 1. I think he's about 7-1 in the odds. Buster Douglas was like 45-1. So Cammy Tits is nowhere near that sort of level of an underdog.
Latest odds 6-1. Yeah.
Nowhere near that level of an underdog, but he is an underdog. And Jon Jones, like I said, probably one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. And I'm really looking forward to it.
That greatest of all time. I mean, last week it was GSP. This week it's Jon Jones.
I mean, yeah, it depends where you go. I mean, GSP is one of my favourite fighters of all time. And as a martial artist and what he's done for the sport, absolutely phenomenal. Is Jon, maybe it's the wrong terminology. Maybe greatest of all time doesn't belong for Jones. Maybe the fucking baddest of all time is what Jon Jones is. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments, and we'll read some of those out as well.
We've got another championship fight. UFC 235.
We do have another championship fight. Like I said, Tyron Woodley, an absolute animal of a man. But he has got a serious contender in Kamaru Usman.
Usman is just, you know, maybe we could say that the toughest competitor that Tyron Woodley has had to fight inside of the octagon, and maybe the most successful as well. He's riding such a crest of a wave of momentum, of success. I think it's 9-fight winning streak inside the UFC octagon, and with that momentum, with that pressure, I think Tyron Woodley is going to be up against it tonight here in Las Vegas.
There's also a very interesting stat which I heard either yesterday or the day before, which is there's only 2 fighters, and I bet you can probably name them, and obviously one's Usman, so who's the other one? 2 fighters that have ever gone with 100, I don't know if it's 100 strikes or 100 significant strikes. I think it's in a round. Can you name them? Kamaru Usman's one, and there's only one other guy that's done it.
Jon Jones?
No, sir.
GSP?
Nope.
Conor McGregor?
Cain Velasquez in the absolute war that he had with JDS.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think he landed over 100 in that as well. So there's only 2 people that have landed over 100 strikes. I'm sure it's in a round. I'll have to double check on that one. Or let me know in the comments if you actually know that one. But that tells you the sheer output that Usman is able to put out. Now, that's something that we've never really seen Tryon have to deal with. He's dealt with those standoffish kind of fighters. We saw what he did with Wonderboy. We saw what he did with Till. It was quite a strategic sort of matchup.
Yeah.
Where, and I don't think Usman's going to come and bum rush him, but what Usman's got is just that relentless pressure that he can put on you, and that's what I'm really interested in seeing. I think Tryon takes this as well, because I think he's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, just as BT is playing the footage of when he just smashed through Darren Till, you know, that
right hand and them right hands when he's floored Robbie Lawler are bananas, and then the leg kicks. Oh.
Let me ask you, look, before the Darren Till fight, everybody was buying into the Darren Till philosophy. This man is going to go in there, he's going to absolutely blitz Tyron Woodley, and he's going to create this next generation of fighter. And then we saw Tyron Woodley stand there right in the middle of the octagon and say, no, not today, not on my Nelly, this is my octagon. And Dana White, you do not respect me enough. And I think he showed that, you know what, Tyron Woodley is maybe one of the most underrated fighters in the history of the UFC.
Oh, it's phenomenal. And I think because he doesn't give a shit about doing your pay-per-view press conferences or anything like that, he sits there well pissed off. I bet he's a really nice guy. But the output that you get from him is just like, don't want to be here. And I can appreciate that, because I hate people.
Have you heard his rap music?
I don't want to do that. I don't want to have anything turn me off from the guy. But yeah, Kamaru Usman. What's Usman's strategy? Because I think it's try and take the guy down, and I don't know who's got the best MMA wrestling out of these two.
Well, I believe the statistic is that Tyron Woodley has one of the best takedown defenses out of all active fighters in the UFC. It's a crazy takedown defense, like 97%. So if he's going to take him down, he's going to have to work hard. If Damian Maia could hardly do it, then what's Kamaru Usman
The thing is
do?
as well, though, Damian Maia's not going to be known for that sort of power double that's just going to like get through and have deep penetration, whereas I think someone like Usman, who does like that sort of offensive sort of takedown rather than reactive or a trip or something like that, I think he might have the ability to drag him and get him down. That's what I would do anyway. If I'm Usman, I'm thinking, I don't give a shit about these fans. Not one iota of a shit about these fans. What I'm here to do is to win that belt.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do that by wet blanketing the shit out of my way to that title. That's what Usman's got the ability to do. It's whether or not, like we said, with the takedown defence that Woodley's got, he's able to go and do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just tremendous. Like, shivers, shakes, because just 2 back-to-back amazing title fights, really.
And this is what the UFC is all about. Stop fucking around with your interim title defences and your interim titles and pulling interim titles out for someone like Khabib, who's going to be fighting in about 3 weeks anyway. What the fucking hell's the point of that? You're absolutely diluting your best product. Nothing. Forget it.
Dana actually, I think he came out the other day. It was a scrum with maybe ESPN trying to defend the interim titles, and his defence was, if you have an interim title, you get pay-per-view points. So fighters shouldn't argue against it because they get paid more.
All right, yeah, on that hand I can see it, but at the end of the day, it's bollocks. So
fair play. Yeah. Fair play. Fuck the interim titles.
Feeling that shirt there from Cody. Brilliant Hawaiian shirt, straight out of my.
He's a good-looking guy. He's very good-looking, and he's fighting next. He's against Pedro Munhoz. I mean, look, Cody. Is the pressure really on their 2 back-to-back losses, TJ Dillashaw? Does he have to come out here and show the world why he was the former champion?
Yeah, I mean, he's lost to TJ. That's it. You know what I mean? He's just lost to TJ. There's no shame in that, to be honest. They were exciting. I mean, he's lost, but he also could have easily won in that as well. I don't think there's obviously pressure on him to go out and get a victory here, but I don't think he's in any danger of being cut or anything like that. I think he's fine.
Oh no, definitely not.
Guy's
definitely
a potential UFC megastar. So yeah, I don't think there's any danger that he's going to be getting cut anytime soon. I think the danger is for his self-confidence. If he goes rocky and doesn't manage to get a victory here, you know, he could be in trouble a little bit. You know?
Just Munhoz is so dangerous on the ground, so dangerous. Just, you know, as the video package is showing.
I can't see that he's going to have enough on the feet, though. I think Cody hits too hard. I think he hits too often, and I think he's too elusive defensively.
But we thought that against TJ. We thought he was going to box his head off.
Yeah, but it's TJ. TJ's fucking elite striker as well. It's not like he got wrestle fucked. It was an elite striker against another elite striker, and they both could have knocked the other one out at multiple times in that fight. I thought it was a good tear up, and I'd love to see a trilogy on that. I don't really like the trilogies, and they never.
You don't like trilogy fights?
No.
Why?
I just don't.
What about the story, the narrative you can build over
Fuck
3
that
fights?
noise. There's too many people to fight. Just go fight someone else. Move up a weight class. Fuck a trilogy fight.
Let me ask you this. Cody Garbrandt. Last fight, he's headlining the show. This time, he's opening up the main card. What does that say? What does that say to your mentality? What does that make you think about, where you've gone wrong, maybe?
He's not opening a fight night. I think if he was opening a fight night, you'd be like, Jesus, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Opening one of the best cards UFC's ever put on, not a problem. I mean, look at Zabit and Stevens in prelims.
Yeah.
They're not prelim fighters. We've also seen Cowboy on prelims recently as well. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Is it just some a new tactic from the UFC to sort of entice people with the the ESPN deal? I guess maybe. I don't know.
No, I mean, look, Pedro Munhoz.
Shout out to D in the comments. Thanks for joining us, our kid.
No, Pedro Munhoz, look, defeated Brian Caraway November via TKO. That was his most recent victory. I think he's coming into this really underrated and really under-respected as well because, look, Cody has got that fan base. Cody is the former champion. And, of course, people are going to overlook Pedro Munhoz, but won 6 of his last 7 fights, Stephen. That's something in the UFC.
But I don't rate Caraway in the slightest, and I don't think you can put a victory over Caraway up to even close to. I think getting knocked out by TJ's harder than beating Caraway.
You're really disrespecting that much?
Yep, that's what I'm doing. I like Cody, man. I like Cody, and not even just from a personality point of view. I think he's a phenomenal fighter that's going to go and do some madness in the sport as he gets in. I mean, we're going to talk about it later as well. This is the first time Jon Jones is fighting someone that's younger than him.
Yeah.
What? And someone that's younger than him, that's got about 900 fights on his record as well.
Yeah, he's got more than 40 fights. It's crazy.
40 MMA fights is something different, isn't it? I mean,
30 years old, more than 40 MMA fights. Like,
crazy.
That is just relentless. That is just taking every opportunity that is presented to you and taking every chance you can to prove that you deserve to be where you are, and that's in the UFC. And that's why I think Anthony Smith deserves the credit no matter what happens tonight.
Well, Anthony Smith's always taking that fight, no matter what. Someone's like, hey, do you want a title shot? And he's like, absolutely. He's going to be walking that cage tonight thinking he's got a way to win. Like every other man that's ever stepped in there with Jon Jones has had a way to win. He's just not gonna. Like every other man that stepped into the cage with Jon Jones. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is.
Do you think there's a blueprint there to beat Jon Jones? Is it ready yet? Can somebody go out there and say, I know how to beat Jon Jones? Because I don't think we've seen any gaps in his game. I
thought, and I don't think the judges agreed with me, but I thought DC won a couple of rounds against him. Early doors, because by the end of the fight he was getting bullied.
Yeah.
So is it a cardio thing? Is it a weight issue? Maybe with DC, could it be different at heavyweight where he's a little bit heavier and he's allowed to be a little bit heavier? Probably not. But I think that if someone's got, you're going to have cardio. You're going to have severe abilities. It's probably going to be someone that can out wrestle him.
Yeah.
Because I think on the feet he's too elusive. He's just a bit too. It's too much, I think. Lads are in the cage at the moment. Anyway, we are going to be kicking off very soon. Pedro Munhoz against Cody Garbrandt. 9 plays 2 in the rankings at 135. Both lads coming in at 136. Just good enough. Just good enough.
Absolutely.
Get your picks for this. Let us know up on Twitter what you're doing as well. I'm going to go check that over in a sec. And yeah, hit us up, man. And give the stream a share as well. We're going to be here all night. All night for the fights. Your fight companion. Won't steal that phrase, but we're here to give you the alternate commentary, some fun commentary for UFC 235, and we're starting off with Cody Garbrandt against Pedro Munhoz. You can watch along if you're in the UK on BT Sport. If you're watching from around the world, and I guess it's UFC.tv with that pay-per-view. We're so lucky that we don't have to buy these shows, man. I tell you what. Well, for starters, it's rude that we'd have to do it anyway at 3 in the bastard morning. But yeah, can you imagine? Ooh, no, I don't think so. How much less MMA do you think you'd watch if you had to buy pay-per-view? A lot less. No, in fact, I'd be full on Captain Jack Sparrow if I had to. It's a pirate reference for those who didn't get it. I'm just going to be checking up what's going on over on the Twitter, see if anyone's been dropping us any questions. None as yet. Hit us up on Twitter if you've got any of those questions, and also get your questions in the comments below, and we'll be reading some of those as we go along. How can I watch UFC 235 free? Live in England, have BT Sport. Nidge says Cody by TKO round 1 needs to make a big statement and win in impressive fashion. I don't know if he needs to, but it wouldn't be a bad thing if he did. I don't think it'd be a bad, and I do expect this to be.
I can understand why he's saying that, though. I can understand like there is a bit of pressure on Cody that with what's happened, he does want to show to everyone he is an elite fighter and he can dispatch a Munhoz very easily. But you know, I don't think he's going in there. He's going to be kicking himself if he has to go into round 2.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. And Ngannou sat in there front row. Mark Goddard, referee in charge. Tell you some stories about that gentleman on the gin.
Have you heard his new podcast yet with Dan Hardy?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that they're doing it. I don't know how they're doing it with no socks on in a living room though. That's a bit strange. But yeah, I think that's going to get super interesting as time goes on. So here we go. Just about to start. Let's get in the mixer. Here we go. If you want to sync up with us, we are on 457, 56, 55. You know the drill. Come and get in the mix with us. We are round 1. Pedro Munhoz against Cody Garbrandt. Oh wow. Shit! Okay. With a big right hand there from Pedro Munhoz, who's gone straight into a heel hook. Oh
wow. Okay.
What the fuck was that for a start? This was insane. Wow, that got started off with a bang, didn't it?
Munhoz knows that he has to go in there. He has to stop him early. He has to stop the energy of Garbrandt, because that's when he's most dangerous, when he's got that power and speed.
I thought he'd shoot, and maybe Cody did as well, hence why he didn't see that big right hand coming. Big right hand right over the top. I'm not going to say it put him down, but it definitely put him back, and I think the momentum of Munhoz might have took him down, and we had a mad scramble for 20 or 30 seconds, but wow.
You can see the classic kind of boxing style of Garbrandt, the way he kind of shifts his hands up and down.
Yeah. So at the moment, after that little scramble, they've basically just separated and just tried to catch the breath back, as everyone's just been seeing what the hell just happened with that there. He's going for a couple of leg kicks.
It's all about finding the rage here, isn't it, Stephen?
I think so. I think they're both just going to see what the crack is here. Munhoz looks like he's coming to bang, but I don't buy it. I'm not thinking he's coming to bang. I think he wants them to let Cody think he's going to bang. I mean, he's throwing head kicks, he's throwing leg kicks. He actually looks like that's what he's trying to do. But I'm sure when the opportunity's there, he's going to try and drag him to the mat.
He's going for that takedown. Absolutely. Absolutely. But maybe you've got to tire Cody out first to do that.
Maybe. Well, I'm sure you have a bundle of energy that you're going to have in the first few minutes. Trying to get him on the floor and keep him on the floor is going to be a nightmare.
This is interesting. I want to ask you about that switching stance. So you've spent a fair bit of time training MMA. When you're fighting against a guy or training with a guy who's unorthodox, he can switch stance, how does that mess with you and you're trying to focus?
I only switch stance if I'm going for a takedown. I like to go to a southpaw stance, so I've got their leg closer to me for the takedown. Otherwise, I don't bother. So when someone does that to me, that's what I think is going to happen. Oh, he's going to switch for a takedown. He's trying to get closer to my lead leg, and that's what's going to happen. And sometimes then I'll switch just so I get my lead leg back out of the way again. But, yeah, for the most part, I mean, especially at 135, it seems like this is the trickaroo sort of weight division. I don't know, because sometimes people are switching stances. We saw Cody do it there. He switched stance so he could throw a head kick. This is what you got to look for.
Do you think we're seeing more fighters who are comfortable to fight in, both southpaw and orthodox?
Yeah, I think especially with what Dominic Cruz and TJ have sort of led the way with, people are really thinking. Gone is the day of that karate stance to a certain extent.
Leather.
Gone is the way of that sort of boxing stance or that Thai stance where it's very plodding and methodical.
Rhythmic,
I think people are a lot more fluid, and as we're seeing here, Cody's switching from orthodox to southpaw quite frequently, to be honest. I don't know
what I find quite interesting as well is like the dynamic here, where Cody is pushing forward. He seems to find his range. Lovely spinning kick there from Munhoz. Oh, he might have hurt Cody Garbrandt there.
This is way more competitive than I actually thought it was going to be. Cody actually trying to grab a foot there as he comes in. I think he'd be better served trying to unload that left on him as he does that, though, rather than trying to grab his foot.
No, it's very, very interesting. It's maybe the polar opposite of what we would have expected.
Totally opposite of what I expected. I didn't think Munhoz was going to entertain strike with him, but maybe that's the double bluff, is that he comes out round 1, he thinks he's going to strike with him, round 2, he shoots a double, takes him down. Put 50p on that if we can.
Look at that.
He slapped him!
Left hand!
Oh my God, Cody has to shoot for a takedown. What?
Cody is hurt.
I tell you what, Munhoz has got some power in his hands. I didn't give him a chance. I would have just completely written this off.
And he's been throwing that exact shot multiple times this fight, and that's the first one to really land on Cody Garbrandt.
Wow.
Look at that. Cody's hurt.
What an absolute scrap this is. Oh, Cody jumps up and hits him with a flying knee. Hits him with a couple of left-right combinations.
It's like
this fight is fucking crazy. Go on, son.
Oh, look at this. Balls to the wall. Both men. Cody was
my God,
possum.
Cody now is just, this is video game shit from both of these. They're trying to catch punches with their face, and Cody's throwing flying knees like you bet him he couldn't. This is mental.
Spam those power strikes.
I don't know how this is still standing. Oh, he's gone.
Cody's done.
It's going to be over.
He's out.
It's over. Oh my God.
Wow.
Munhoz with claret pissing out of the side of his head. That was wild. Right, let's go home. We're not seeing a better fight than that today. That was mental. Oh my God. Right, Uzaka's just got completely fucking destroyed with that thing. Oh my God.
Stephen, first thing I'm thinking there is, what the hell is Cody Garbrandt thinking?
Munhoz straight over there to shake the hand of Dominic Cruz. He just offered him a fight. That'd be an interesting matchup. Wow.
What the hell is Cody Garbrandt thinking there? Did you see at the end? He was just engaging. No fight IQ whatsoever.
How much blood's coming out of Munhoz?
That's a lot. Is that his ear?
It's very close to it, if not.
Maybe a bit of collie ear.
Yeah, what is Garbrandt thinking? I think maybe he got caught up in that loop of, I think I can finish this. And he was landing. So how tough is Munhoz to survive
Absolutely.
that, though? Wow. Oh, right, come on, get in the comments. Whose Aka is finished on the back of that? That was wild, man. That was wild.
I mean, if you were a betting man, a lot of people were playing safe money on Cody Garbrandt tonight.
Yeah. I don't know anyone that would bet on Munhoz. Nobody.
Look at this. So this is the right hand that opens up the sequence.
Oh, that's the one that sends him down straight off.
Cody immediately. A look of despair on his eye. But those shots there, he's been looking for them since the beginning of the fight. That's the first one to land flush on Cody. He immediately follows up with that ground and pound.
And perfect stoppage for me.
Look at that. Yeah, Goddard gets it right.
I could have stopped it there, to be honest. With that right, that puts him down right on the button. To be honest, the fight's over right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was no need for them extra 5 or 6. There was no need for them. That fight was over the second that he connected with that one.
What I don't understand is you're already rocked. You're sitting in the pocket. You're going balls to the wall, lever to lever. Why? Why are you not going to circle out there? I don't get it.
I don't know.
But Pedro Munhoz, what a victory against a former champion, the former bantamweight champion of the world.
I didn't give him a chance. I don't think you give him a chance. I'm pretty sure you lot didn't give him a chance either. But the guy's coming in and he's absolutely obliterated him. That wasn't a fluke. That happened 3 times in that fight.
Just that's the wrong strategy there from Cody Garbrandt.
Well, is it though? Because it got him back into the fight. It was pressing home with it with 15 seconds left in the round. Let's get on the stool. Let's have a think what he's going to do in the second round, and then we can figure it out rather than putting the foot down with 15 seconds to go and then getting sparked. They can't. I mean, I haven't seen the official time of that. Finish that.
4:51.
9 seconds left in the round.
Left.
Come on, man. You could have waited that out. There was no need for that. I'd love to know what Joe's saying right now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a fantastic interview as always. But wow, shocker! Opening up the main card.
Jesus.
Massive shock. Finished 13 of his last 18 wins by stoppage. A lot of those are by submission as well.
A hell of a lot of those are by submission. Right, see what some of the guys are saying in the comments. Exactly the same as what Cody did. Cody did against Dillashaw.
Agreed.
Gets caught up in a moment, gets KO'd with his weak ass chin. I think that's a little bit unfair calling it a weak ass chin. I think he leads with his face. I mean, he's got no defence there whatsoever, and that is flush as it comes.
Yeah.
He's going down. From an undefeated fighter and title holder to 0-3. Yeah, I think it was Nunez earlier on said if he loses this, 0-3 is a hard sell. There'll be no shortage of people wanting to take him 0-3, to be honest. Oof. Cody rushes too much. Cody needs a new team, says D. That's a hell of a shout.
There's been a lot of talk about alpha male, though, recently. Is it the gym that it was once put on the pedestal to be?
Wow, that's a bold statement.
But if you think about it, like, after Uriah, what really is there? Look, like, they call TJ the snake in the grass.
Yeah, you had Chad Mendes, who was a top-level fighter. He wasn't as good as Conor. Then he gets popped for steroids, so he's been off the radar for a while. But, you know, there's still a hell of a lot of top fighters there. Shit, man, we'd kill for a gym of that level in England. Yeah. Calling it a finished gym, it's 14 times better than any gym we've ever had in England. So, you know, I'd definitely
in terms of producing a top quality of guy, yeah. But, I don't know. I just think he got the tactics wrong. I
think that's fair. I think it's definitely fair to say that tactics were not his best point there. Wow. If anyone gives us any quotes of what's just been said there as well, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, we'd love to hear what Pedro, I'm guessing, is maybe calling for a title shot.
Yeah, why not? If you just fucking obliterated Cody like that, yeah, fuck it, mate. Why not? In for a penny, in for a pound.
So what's happening with Cejudo? Is he coming up, or is TJ going back down?
See, this is my problem with the interim title fights, or these champ fucking fixations that the UFC's got at the moment. No matter what you do, you fuck one division in the arse hard. Yeah. Not even spit on it.
No lube. Right,
at all. Because who gives a shit what Cody does now, what TJ does now at 135? Oh, we can defend you back. No, you need to fight Henry. You need to fight Henry at 135.
Here he's on the screen.
Yeah, there you go. Timing. And if you don't fight Henry, no one cares. Literally, no one gives a fuck. And if Henry had have lost, the 125 division was over, which I think is a fucking disgrace. Yeah. And this is the thing that pisses me off. They say, oh, 125 never sold any pay-per-views. When did you do a fucking £1 million music video on the streets of Las Vegas for fucking DJ? You didn't, so shut the fuck up, right? If Conor was the one that sells, and let's be honest, he does, why did you need to do a £1 million music video? Maybe lift up all your assets.
I do like that music video, that is.
Rather than just focus on a couple of golden geese that are going to fuck off. One fucks off and goes and does boxing. One fucks off to go and fight in the WWE. One fucks off because he loves drugs. Like, when you put too much emphasis on these guys, bring up all the divisions. Have more champions. Have more people that can go fuck off and ruin you.
I think that's the problem they have. They don't know how to do it across multiple divisions. Remember, it was always Ronda and John Jones and Conor, and then before that it was Brock. GSP and Anderson Silva and Brock. Yeah. You know, three guys maximum, 3 fighters, I should say. They can't do more than that, and that's the reason why we're sat here today and we're talking Tyron Woodley's not getting the respect he deserves.
No, because he isn't.
And DJ, he never got the respect he deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. Tyron should be walking around in a fur coat with a bike chain around his neck made of gold and platinum. Yeah, he should, because he is one of, he's probably top 3 fucking hardest men in the world, and yeah, that guy shouldn't be fighting for less than 10 million a throw plus pay-per-views. But is he? No. So UFC, step your fucking game up. Fuck these interim titles right off, because they're an absolute disgrace. You're fucking your own product. Forget the entertainment era. I mean, it's not even about the fucking steroid era. It's about, what do they always say? Do what got you to the dance in the first place. Don't switch up your tactics now you're on the top. Do what got you to the dance in the first place. What got the UFC to the dance? People went on a hype train. They had 3-4 fights in a year, and people went, he's fucking quality. Give him a title fight. That's the reason that you even know who Conor McGregor is, because Conor McGregor built hype because he was winning fights. He went in there, he dusted people, and he said some mad shit along the way, and he made it compelling that you wanted to go and watch the guy, so you watched the guy. But he came from fucking nowhere, and you allowed him to come from nowhere. Give other people these opportunities. To be fair, they've kind of done it with Anthony Smith, although he's never had any hype, and he just arrives in a title fight. But you can do this with all of these. They did it with Darren Till. I think they like doing it with people outside of the US, people that they think that are in territories that they can probably milk a little bit.
Yeah, it's all about, you know, increasing the brand exposure in these different markets. But then you'd have to think, really, especially when your top star, your most marketable star, is actually your least marketable star in Jon Jones because of all the negativity surrounding him and all the problems. Then why wouldn't you be building Tyron Woodley up?
Yeah. And when you do come to Sweden or Manchester and you put the fights on at 3 in the morning, we have to get up at 3 in the morning. This is like, we're pretty hyped up in here because we've got all the studio lights on and everything like that. But normally, my experience of watching a UFC is sitting there in my fucking boxer shorts drinking a brew in silence because I'm on my own, it's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning and the whole house is silent. So I'm not going to get hyped. You come and do it at that time of the morning and you just think, you're fucking the audience here. Give a shit about us. America gets enough pay-per-views. America gets enough fucking treatment from everybody. Give some love to the rest of the fucking world and you will grow the product. You ain't growing a fucking product in Manchester putting some bullshit on at 3 in the morning when people can't even get a taxi home from the arena. Ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Anyway.
Well, I think the comments are coming in quite strong.
Let's see what we've got in there. Nidge says, I think alpha male is fine. Just think fighters come in cycles and Cody was the last of his group. I think Cody at any team does that stupid shit.
Well, can I just hold you there for a second, because you said something interesting a second ago. Do what got you to the dance. Yep. And I think in the last few fights, Cody has not been doing that. Cody has gone from being a very tactical, smart boxer to just being a brawler. And I guess he kind of forgot what helped him really rise the ranks in the UFC.
That little step backwards every now and then. Yeah, I agree. Up next, Tecia Torres against Weili Zhang, who I haven't seen, so I can't really give you much on.
17-1.
It's obviously not a mug.
17-fight winning streak.
From the Black Tiger Fight Club. That sounds made up, I'm not going to lie.
God bless Topology, because I would not have known that either.
How cheesy is this shit here now?
Oh, wow, what's this? Oh, they're doing picks. Wow, Forrest Griffin. I can't believe Forrest Griffin still has a job with the UFC. It's crazy.
I love Forrest Griffin. That's a big headset that he's wearing.
That is a big headset. Has anyone wore a leather jacket like that since Friends was on TV? I swear.
Friends is still on TV, I don't know what you're talking about.
True.
On every repeated show, everywhere.
I want to talk about Tecia Torres.
Stephen Byrne says TJ has ruined his career. I think you mean Cody's career, because TJ's not ruined TJ's career. Tecia Torres against Zhang, 7 against 15. Commenters, where you see this one ending up?
The talking point on this one, Stephen, Tecia Torres, after losing to Joanna and Jessica Andrade, she's gone back to her roots. She's gone back to American Top Team.
Going back, yep, fair play.
She went to train with her fiancée, Raquel Pennington, but she's gone back to ATT. Tell me now, why would there be more pressure, especially when you're losing, to try and look at your game plan, look at your style and think, well, it was working back then, this is what I've done since, maybe I should just go back to what got me to the dance?
To be fair, she's only lost to legends of the game in the women's game as well. She's lost to Rose, she's lost to Joanna, and she's lost to Jessica Andrade as well. So she's only lost to top level elite lady fighters. So yeah, I don't see any issue with what she's done here. I don't know enough about Zhang to know how this fight's going to go down, but just knowing the history of Tecia, as long as she's not had too much of an issue or took too much damage in those fights, which I don't think she will have done, I reckon she's probably got a little bit too much experience. Zhang looks a little explosive and a little powerful, but has she got the experience? Well, we're going to find out, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, she's got the experience, maybe not at UFC level, but as a competitor, of course. The biggest thing here is, her last fight against Jessica Aguilar, who potentially could go down as one of the biggest flops in MMA history. I'll let you guys debate that in the comment section over on YouTube. But yeah, Tecia Torres, she's only lost to legends of the sport, and of course she's ranked number 7, and a win here against Weili Zhang, that's going to put her right back up there in the top 5, pushing for a title shot.
Isn't it crazy that we're not having more people from China competing in the UFC?
Well, look, the UFC have been trying really, really hard to break into that market.
They had a couple of Ultimate Fighters in China, and like I only saw like occasional highlights from them, so I have no idea. They did some really cheesy shit where the gym that they trained in had like some over-the-top sort of Chinese like vibe going on with it, like looked like the Forbidden City walls inside it and stuff like that. I don't know if it was cool or cheesy, I can't make my mind up, but I can't believe for a culture that's so engrossed in combat sports and martial arts. Same with Japan, to be honest. We've had a few decent Japanese fighters over in the UFC, modern UFC. Obviously in the early days with Pride and stuff like that, we had a shitload. But like modern UFC, especially when you consider the origin of basically every single component part of mixed martial arts comes from Japan, how there's not been more people from Japan. No, you think you got your judo, you got your jiu-jitsu, you got, I mean, even fucking stick fighting and shit. It all comes from Japan. But most martial arts come from Japan. That's
exactly why, though. There are so many traditional martial arts, and I've seen this as well with my work with IMAF and the growth of the Chinese national team. That these
just said the Euros are going to be in Rome as well, aren't they?
Yeah, Europeans are being moved to Rome from Northern Ireland. One of the reasons quoted on the press release was Brexit. So there's your headlines on that if you've not heard about the IMAF Europeans moving. But yeah, as I've seen with the Chinese national team, a lot
10
of the
first round finishes. Sorry, from Zhang. Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of these fighters are coming from those traditional kendo backgrounds, from those Thai backgrounds. MMA is still relatively new over there as a sport, and it's going to take at least 5 to 10 years for you to get that first real crop, that first generation of excellent fighters.
Yeah, I think every single territory that's had someone, like if you look at the Irish explosion under Conor McGregor, everyone needs that guy that's going to really come out and own it for them. I think Michael Bisping, Dan Hardy, even Ian Freeman as well, to a certain extent, has probably been the UK ones. I think Michael Bisping didn't really do as much as we all hoped he probably was going to as a champion, because he didn't live in England when he was champion. I think if he'd have lived in England, he'd have been on every one of them fucking like 6 o'clock news shows.
I think
parading his belt
the
everywhere.
biggest thing that Michael Bisping did wrong was he distanced himself from his roots.
Moved over to America and he's living in America. I mean, he's up to him to do what he wants, like. But I think for a British MMA fan, it'd have been nice for someone that lived in England as a British MMA fighter to take the title and actually make it. I think Till, if it had won a title, would have done wonders for the sport over in the UK.
No, I think they would have. They were already strapping the rocket to his back, but
they really are, and they still are.
Yeah,
they still are.
Have you seen that cheesy promo on BT?
No, I think you shouted to me before.
I hope it's on while we're watching this. It's Planet of the Apes CGI bullshit. It's fucking terrible.
Right, some questions. Matthew says, when do you think Johnny Walker will get his title fight?
When his arm heals up after that shite worm he did.
Johnny Walker, the kind of guy to make Tony Ferguson seem sane. Did you see Tony Ferguson hitting the pads? I love that pad machine, right? It's got like a set of 4 pads already set up there. It's got like something to knee or to elbow, sort of like as a solar plexus sort of thing, and then a big wide barrel for like leg kicks on the bottom of it. They're about $4,000. I love one. I don't know where I'd put it if I got one. Probably put it in the corner over there actually if I got one. But he's mashing it up wearing jeans. You just think he's fucking twisted, isn't he? Fucking love him.
And he's going to miss out on the title shot again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on now with him. He is not on Dana White's Christmas card list, I don't think, is he?
Is anyone on Dana White? I mean, Colby Covington's probably not anymore.
I don't like him. He's a bit of a bellend, to be honest. He likes calling people out, doesn't he? Colby, you're a bellend. How about that? There you go.
Did you see the clip of him going into the casino? Dana's playing cards.
He's just a dick, isn't he? He's just an absolute dick.
Is there a difference between being a dick and then that being your gimmick?
Yeah, because he's trying to be a dick. He's not just a dick. He's actually actively trying to come across as a dick, which makes me think he's a dick. Not in the dick that he wants. He thinks he's like some sort of bad guy. Like he thinks he's Chael Sonnen in his head, and he's not. Chael Sonnen is awesome at it because Chael couldn't find a fuck to give in a fucking pile of fucks, right? That's how cool Chael is. Whereas Colby is like decided to take on this persona. Chael just wakes up and doesn't care, and I like that.
That's fair.
I got time for that.
I've got time for that.
Not long to go now. We are about to kick off with this one. Thoughts on it last minute? I'm swaying, you know. These highlights that we've just been watching are swaying me towards Zhang a little bit, especially after seeing how many first-round finishes she's got. I think there's potentially something there, you know.
Look, if we see the Tecia Torres of old, from when she was at American top team, she was surging through the ranks then. I think this is all hers. This is hers to lose. But yeah, there's a lot of hype behind Weili Zhang, and she's a proven finisher as well. So let's see what she can do against Tecia Torres. They're going to touch gloves, it seems. Always nice when that happens.
I don't reckon this is getting out of the first round. I don't know why. I think someone's going to fuck up.
Well, she's really...
Weili Zhang's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
A lot bigger. And a lot more dynamic, I would say. Not a single punch thrown yet.
Tell me about ankle wraps. How does it help in a fight?
I think I used to wear, when playing rugby, I used to tape my wrists up because my veins would hurt after the game. I would swing my arms at people, and taping my wrists up sort of prevented that a little.
Yeah.
I don't kick a lot, so I'm guessing that the taping up of the ankles is a similar kind of effect. Just gives that extra bit of stability, I would assume, to people that are throwing limbs, and obviously there's things that you're going to be hitting when you're throwing leg kicks or your kicks. You're looking at elbows, you're looking at hips, you're looking at knees, you're looking at shit that's going to hurt your foot. So I reckon any little advantage you can get to having a little bit more protection, you're taking it.
Absolutely.
Or you've got an issue like Dominic Cruz where you've got plantar fasciitis and you just need it to keep your feet together. Weili Zhang looks phenomenal.
She is
at the moment.
throwing a lot more in volume, and she's caught Tecia as well.
Yeah, at the moment this looks like it could be a one-sided fuck up. She caught her inside brilliant with like a, I don't know if it was a straight left or a left hook. I couldn't really tell her where it came over then.
Do you think that Weili Zhang, you know, from watching her fight now, could be the kind of fighter the UFC could build in that Chinese market?
I don't know what the attitude towards female fighters is in China. It wouldn't surprise me if they didn't like it.
Again.
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, yeah, she's... these turning sidekicks that she's hitting her with are
there we go.
Landing
left
every
hook,
single
spin
time.
kick, straight there.
Oh, there we go.
The ip-on.
The takedown, no.
Tecia
she took the back,
manages to wiggle out there.
Feet.
Oh!
More of a bitch slap that. on the break, as usual.
That's a nice little hook.
Just under 3 minutes to go in the fight.
But Weili Zhang's already looking tired. Those spin kicks, they take a lot out of you.
Well, yeah, of course, they're well dynamic. But you've also got to think that so many first-round finishes, she's used to getting the job done and getting out of there. Yeah. Maybe that's the tactic that you've got to work with her. You've got to allow her to wear herself out a little bit. They're a dynamic movement now. You throw 10 of them in a fight, you're going to know about it.
Yeah. And look, maybe Tecia's just going to try and wait this one out. Get this in the next round, see what Weili can do. Oh, look at that. Oh,
and she just stepped right out of the way of that. Is shooting an option? Weili Zhang
Tecia Torres, definitely.
Weili Zhang looks a lot big. These do not look like the same weight class at all. I don't even know how they are the same weight class looking at this.
One word: rehydration.
She's pushing hard here for those spin kicks, but they're not been as effective as they was in that first couple of minutes.
Look at that. Tecia's still very strong with that defense there.
Oh, she took the back.
Taking the back.
Oh, she's got the back.
She's got the hooks.
She's only got one arm under so far. She's going for the body lock. She might have the body lock. I can't see where her
She does, but she doesn't have it on properly. It's kind of to the side.
She's under the calf. She's not under the knee. I think that's one thing you see often a lot in women's MMA because they've got such small waist that getting a body triangle on is a lot easier than it is than heavyweight.
What does Tecia Torres have to do here to defend?
Well, she's got a minute to go. You've got to keep 2-on-1 on that arm that's coming underneath the chin. You've got to make sure you keep on that because if she gets the arm underneath, there she's doing the right thing now. She's swam right underneath it. She's got that arm underneath her armpit now. She should be all right from this angle. What she's got to watch is that Zhang doesn't switch it to her left hand and throw her left hand under when she's done that because that's something.
There we go.
And then hit her on the break.
Dirty boxing. Hits her on the way out.
36 seconds to go.
How do you think this round's gone? I think, you know, you have to give it to Zhang.
Yeah, I think Zhang's been the aggressor, and most of the time Tecia's been reactive, really. So yeah, I'd say it's a pretty straightforward win for Zhang, but it's very... I tell you what, she's hit her with some shots, you know. Takedown at the end there, though. Oh no, she's complete... The strength difference looks enormous,
they're throwing each other around.
I would say that's a comfortable round for Zhang, but it'll be very interesting to see how she comes out in the next round. Yeah,
the biggest question we're saying there, how tired is she going to be in the second round? Tecia looks okay. Not phased, no marks on her face.
Just checking out the comments. Any questions, bang them in the comments. I'm also going to check Twitter as well, see if there's anything on over there.
Yeah, don't forget to tweet us at MMALatest News. We'll read out all the best tweets, answer your questions, and of course, in the YouTube comments as well. We're looking to answer your questions all night long here for the MMALatest UFC 235 watch along. Interestingly, Zhang's face is more marked up than Tecia Torres's, which is interesting considering that it seemed like Zhang was more successful with her striking.
And with the takedown attempts. Look at that Superman punch missed as well. To be fair, Tecia's initiated a couple of these takedowns, but she's just rolled her off like nothing. Very interesting. Here we go. Second round about to start. Let's see how this goes down.
Look at, and if we now compare the start of this round to the last, the dynamic movement of Zhang is a lot more rigid. It's a lot slower. She's moving in less space.
It looks a bit more even now. It does look a little bit more even.
Tecia seems to be the more dynamic one.
Maybe.
But she's not doing anything on the outside. She needs to find her space, find the rhythm.
That was a solid leg kick there from Zhang. Tecia is actually being kept away at distance. A spinning back fist. If that had landed, that could have been an unbelievable.
Imagine how much power she's packing in one of those.
Tecia can't get near her. You can see her winding up, and she's just unable to actually connect with anything because Zhang's footwork's that good. But I think she's also just got the range on her. I think anytime she comes in, she looks to throw either a turning side kick. She's also throwing spinning back fists and actually even just straight up ones and twos, keeping it fairly simple.
It's the Paul Daly MVP problem, isn't it? Paul just couldn't find his range against the lanky.
So maybe
MVP.
we see a shoot. Maybe that's the tactics we're going to see. I wish we could actually get some of the commentary on so we could actually hear what the corner's saying. Because that would have been interesting to find out what they did say. Let us know in the comments actually if you did hear the commentary or the corners actually and what they were saying. Just going to get the questions back up. It has slowed down. Zhang has slowed down, so Tecia might have an opportunity as this edges towards the third round.
She's got to find the range though. Look at that.
Yeah, she's getting done by the range here at the moment. Zhang has absolutely got the range on her.
Yeah. And she's unloading with high volume as well. She's throwing the multiple combinations. It looks like Tecia's just going in with that one strike, the jab. She's trying to open it up. There we go.
Oh, I thought she was about to clinch for a takedown then, but no. Mate's in the comments saying he can see this fight going the distance.
I could agree.
I wouldn't have said that before the fight.
No, but if it carries at this pace, then... What do you think Tecia needs to do then? Because she's coming in with one strike. Does she need to open her up and then go for a takedown or go for a clinch?
I think if I'm Tecia, I'm going to back up. I'm going to zigzag left and right, and I'm going to keep backing up until Zhang gets pissed off and lunges at me. Level change, and I'm taking her down.
Oh, axe kick. Yes. Wow, she is not... I wouldn't... She's smaller than her. She's trying an axe kick.
Yeah, I'm going for a takedown. That is the only thing I'm doing. I'm thinking I'll score a takedown now and maybe hold her down for 30, 40 seconds. Maybe I look like I attempt some stuff. I'm going to try and steal this round. And then in the next one, I'm going to try and keep her down and just do takedown after takedown.
There we go.
But it looks like Zhang might have the better grappling. I mean, you can certainly see the judo background that she's got. Every time she's turning and going for the throw. Matt in the comments saying, Mitts talking sense as per. Love the live stream, lads, too. Thank you very much, Val. Zhang is strong for 115, says Nidge.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very.
You can maybe
she doesn't look like a 115. I mean,
the strongest in the
think
division.
about like Paige Van Zandt, how skinny she is, and she doesn't look strong. And when you see her throwing punches, you just go, they don't look impressive. Zhang looks like she'd actually hurt.
Do you know the next closest I would say I would compare her to in terms of strength is Claudia Gadelha? She's a very strong fighter.
Yeah, even like Joanna, you go, there's a lot of volume in these and there's good technique in these, but you're like, oh, it might be a bit of sting to them. There's not a lot of power to them, is there? I don't see that. I see a difference there in Zhang. She does not look a 115er. I'd love to know if she struggles with the weight or not. She's a big girl.
Big. That's one way to put it. Absolutely. But look, Tecia's done exactly what you're saying. She's on top now.
Yeah, maybe try and steal this round. Maybe look like you're attempting some sort of sub or attempt to pass guard. At least maybe hit him with a bit of ground and pound while you're on the floor there. Take this round.
She can't pass her.
I don't know if she's going to steal the round with what she's done here, but try to steal the round at least. Have a go. Well, she's making a fight of it, and that's all we wanted.
Oh, there we go. Zhang with the up kick.
Up kicks are deadly. Wow.
How frustrating is it to be, you know, when you are stuck in that position there, you can't pass guard, and you're trying to do anything you can.
Yeah, I get it a lot. I get stuck in guard a lot. I'm shit at passing guard. It's well frustrating. It's proper frustrating. I would try and bait someone into trying to throw a triangle up, and I'd get out that way, because otherwise, if someone's just got a super tight guard, I just can't break it. It's a fat guy problem. Skinny guys can get their elbows back in, can't they? Chunky guys, when you've got a little bit of pushing for the cushion, there's not a lot of room to try and get your elbows in and open that guard up. So you got can opener style where you pull the head towards you, or you've got try and bait them into throwing a triangle. Start putting hands down on the mat and seeing if someone tries and fancies taking it, and if they do, then throw them out and get out and get out of the pack. But otherwise, sit there for days like, yeah, I can't get out.
And I'm quite surprised with that as well, especially because we were saying going into the second round, Zhang looks tired, but defended really well there on the ground, didn't seem to exert too much energy. And yeah, arguably, even though that last sequence, she might have still won that round.
I think she probably definitely deserved that round for overall. And now, obviously, we've just started the third. Is there going to be... Oh, I don't think there was too much in that. I think it just walked into a teep. None of them look too marked up. Well,
I think when this
I might be going 0 for 2 on picks.
It's been a strange night already, hasn't it? And look, when this is all said and done, this fight here, I think we're going to be saying that the lack of ability to close down the range has been the problem for Tecia Torres.
Yeah, I think so. She's just not been able to get anywhere near her, and Zhang's just been controlling the range, controlling the distance, and just hitting her at will, to be honest. Look at that.
Oh, she's getting it now.
A brilliant step in 1-2-3, which has absolutely changed. Oh, and again, she's hitting her on the counter as well now. This has just warmed right up. We might not need the judges after they're all in this one.
It's going to be an 18th straight victory if she can get this one over Tecia Torres.
That's not bad.
For women's MMA, that's rare.
It is rare, yeah, because you don't usually get that level or depth of experience. You know, you're seeing people in title fights with like 3-1 records and stuff. So we're going to be seeing her. If she wins this, which I think she has, we're going to be seeing her in a title fight pretty soon, I think.
Yeah, the spin kicks are really not as effective as they were at the beginning of the fight.
there's no need for him either, because when she keeps it simple, like we saw, that combination that she went with about 30 seconds ago was the combination of the fight for me. She stepped in, hit with the one, followed it up with a straight right, and then clipped her with that left hook as well. Really simple combination that you don't see enough. 1, 2, 3, boom. It's basic shit, but she hit her, and they all landed, they all connected, and I think they all hurt and made a difference as well. So fair play to her. Inside of her left leg's completely reddened up as well from those leg kicks too. So yeah, Zhang has had a very, very professional performance. If she cuts some of the spin shit out, she's going to be an absolute handful for anyone. She's a fucking animal.
Yeah, and it's starting to make me think that there was some strategy behind the UFC putting her on the main card. Maybe they do want to put some stock on her and push up the ranks.
I tell you what, it's a good job. Oh, brilliant trip there. Straight into... Well, she's in half. She got her in half guard. She's not full mounted her. But the ease at which she tripped her, this is a pretty comprehensive
Look
win.
at that. She's going to take full mount.
She is going to go full mount, yeah. Yep, here
Side,
we go. Here we go.
out.
There she goes. She's got it. No, she's not.
That was good from Tecia there.
Tecia, regaining half guard. She shouldn't really have had much opportunity to do that there. I thought she was definitely getting mounted. I think if she does get mounted, she's 2 minutes to go here. It's a long time to be under someone that's stronger than you. I think that she's probably going to get mounted in the next 30 seconds and the fight will be over within another 30 seconds.
Well, she's going to flatten out. She's going to give her back. You're either going to land those strikes or you're going to go for the choke. So,
I think she'll strike. I think she looks like she's going to favour the elbows.
Oh yeah, she's already throwing those.
And then we got Robbie Lawler and Ben Askren.
It's time to get funky, baby.
I cannot wait.
Buzzing to have Ben Askren in the UFC. Something that genuinely, like we said at the beginning of the show, we never imagined that Ben Askren, especially after retiring, we would get to finally see him in the UFC with that beef with the UFC president Dana White. Pure beef. They didn't like each other.
No, it was a bit rum at times as well. And I think, again, this is something Colby's trying to do, and it's not going to work for you, mate. I know it's worked for other people in the past to a certain extent, but they're fucking better than you. So relax. 52 seconds or so left in this fight, and
she just needs to ride this position out.
This could be 3-0 in terms of the rounds. Total strikes 55-8, and they're still going in now.
That tells you everything.
She's elbowing the shit out of her ear. That's nasty. There's no.
There doesn't seem to be a lot of power being generated there.
They're grinding. That's cauliflower ear tackle all day long. That just grinding it right in the side of the ear. That was going to just do your head right in. Not hurt so much as frustrate.
It's like it's almost smothering as such.
Yeah. That's exactly what she's doing. And when you're bigger and stronger than someone, 10 seconds to go.
It looks like Weili Zhang has done enough to tie it up and take the unanimous decision.
I'm not doing it. This is the worst start I've ever had to a fight night of me picking. I've never had that bad. I'm usually pretty decent at picking my fights. 0-2 for this. I thought Zabit was going to beat Stevens, but I didn't bet on it.
Oh, did you do an accumulator?
I only did the straight ones because the value was shit on the others. Everyone that I picked, I put them all together, and it came to 8-1 for a 5-fight accumulator, and I was like, yeah.
But you picked the bookies' favourites?
Not in all the fights.
You did though. You picked Jon Jones. You picked Tyron Woodley.
No, one of them. I didn't pick favourites in one of them. I don't know who it was or which one it was.
Did you pick Robbie?
No.
Okay.
I think Ben Askren's a favourite.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't surprise me completely.
There we go. Waiting for the official decision now. That fight is over. Very impressive with Weili Zhang. Very impressive. And is she the person to make mixed martial arts mainstream in China? Because a couple of people in China.
Just a few.
If they get buying pay-per-views,
just a few. Then
everything's going to be A-OK.
Well, you know, one championship, they've been trying to push for that Chinese market. They've struggled as well. So if one championship, an Asian promotion have struggled, what does that say about the UFC?
Maybe the Chinese market likes that it's more international with UFC. I don't know.
Look at that. So we're going to come now for the referee and the judge's decision. If it was anything other than Weili Zhang, I'd be incredibly shocked.
I'd be absolutely flabbergasted if that's the case. I'm sure Bruce Buffer right now is saying, 30-27, right across the board. I'd be shocked if it's anything else.
You maybe could have given Tecia that middle round, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think you'd have been stealing it. It wouldn't have been. Yeah, I'm sure that's just been unanimous decision. Looking at that there.
Oh, he is hyped. Yeah. No, definitely, definitely. Yeah, good for you, China. Let's go, China. He's translating. Excellent. He seems to be a bit intrusive.
I think being a translator, you kind of are. Well, not only just chat shit as well. You'd be like, can you tell her that I'm really honoured to fight you? And he said, she knew she was going to fuck you up. And then everyone smiles and they're all like, yeah, mugged you up right off.
I mugged you right off. That's why you're not a translator, because that is all you would do.
I'd get bored halfway through. There's a scene from Family Guy. He's like, something about farming. War! He said war!
Have you ever seen an unhappy translator? They're always smiling. Happy to use the words.
What a mad job that is.
I'm so glad that
Can I have a Red Bull,
Rogan's
please?
doing this. I'm so glad Rogan's on the call for this.
Yeah.
I know we can't hear him, but I'm just glad that he's here. You know, he brings that certain element to the broadcast, doesn't he?
Oh, I'm yawning.
First yawn of the night. What time is it? You've done well.
I have done well. Been up a long time. And I've had about 8 hours of sleep accumulated this week.
Yeah, please.
A Red Bull and a water, actually, please. I might have to run off for a piss soon, too. Hey. The translator's head is huge, says Matthew. Really?
And his teeth.
I'm not seeing it.
It's not big. No, it doesn't look that big.
No, I'm going to say I disagree.
I mean, his forehead is huge, if we were talking about foreheads, but his head looks very average.
Yeah,
Rogan's head is bigger than
Joe Rogan.
his.
Come on, man. That's the TRT FOD, though, isn't it?
Oh, Rogan is huge, man. It's crazy. Did you ever watch, like, Fear Factor? Oh, I mean, he was big back then. Like, he's always been big. Anyone who watched Fear Factor, drop a comment. Every time I ask someone that question, the answer's always no. So, fuck it. Let us know. Did you watch Fear Factor?
Next fight coming up then, we have got Robbie Lawler against Ben Askren. Oof.
What a fight. Neither guy has fought since 2017, but I don't think that matters. I really don't think it matters, because we know what they're going to bring to it. We know Ben Askren's going to go for the takedown, he's going to go for the wrestling. Robbie Lawler can do that, but what he does the best is his striking. And he has an incredible amount of power.
One sec, let me just sort out what's going on here with the graphics.
He's got an incredible amount of power. You know, that's what is his bread and butter. But can he stop Ben Askren shooting in? Can he stop him coming in?
No.
That's going to be the biggest question.
The answer's already no. He can't. He's not going to stop the takedown.
No, you're not going to stop it, but can you kind of, you know, reduce the element of Ben shooting?
You don't engage him in the middle of the cage. You engage him in the middle of the cage. He's got so much room to back you up and take you down. You play possum a little bit. You stand against the cage. You try and go laterally as he comes forward. But it's going to be hard. And I don't think you're going to be successful. I think you're going down. And what I want to see from Ben Askren, because I know he's going to get the takedown, is I want to see if he can finish it quick and shake off any possibility of people calling him a boring fighter. I reckon he can do that. I believe.
But is he just called a boring fighter because he likes to wrestle?
Yeah, he is.
But then, if we're constituting that as boring, then this is the wrong sport.
I don't constitute.
No, but no, this is the wrong sport then, because if people just class, you know, striking as fun, then
did you see
this isn't boxing.
Did you see the tweet that he did the other day?
Which one?
Cron Gracie came in and got his victory, didn't he? And he was like, "Wow, the guy wins by a jiu-jitsu," and everyone's like, "Wow, Team BJJ for life." And he goes like, 7 of the 8 UFC champions are wrestling-based fighters, but all right, got a point. Got a hell of a point.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it would be great if CM Punk came out with Ben Askren.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes,
Why would it be?
Why do you hate him? Why do you hate him?
CM Punk, because he's a fucking fraud, that's why.
He'd beat you.
No, he wouldn't. I'd murder him with his own arms. Not happening. What's the fucking sport becoming when's Brad Pitt fighting David Beckham? If that's always popular, so fucking what? No one cares. It's called the Ultimate Fighting Championship, not fucking Celebrity Deathmatch. Bullshit.
Great show.
Fucking bullshit.
Is Ben Askren the best wrestler to ever step foot inside of an octagon?
No, Henry Cejudo.
Okay.
Olympic
Are
gold.
we just saying that because of the Olympic gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's valid. I mean, in terms of MMA wrestling, can you look past George St. Pierre?
He was the first guy to put it together perfectly. We would have to say that. Oh, Brian Ortega. Can't wait to see him back. Ben Askren. I was watching some Ben Askren videos earlier with a friend of mine. He's a casual MMA fan. And he goes, I'm looking at the physique of Ben Askren. He just does not look like a fighter.
No, Robbie Lawler looks pretty jacked.
Robbie's so serious leading up to fights.
One of the fucking craziest fights ever, him and McDonald.
Rory McDonald, absolutely.
What?
One of the greatest of all time, that fight.
Was that?
The amount of blood they could have been donated.
Here we go then. We've got them just about ring walking. I do believe we've got a tail of the tape. Let's have a look at how these lot are going down.
Look, that shows you. Look, this is third from the top. It's not the co-main, but we're getting a video package
That
for
record
it.
there, 18-0. We got our own little video package, haven't we, as well? I think we have. Hey, check us out.
Here it is.
Look at that. There you go. It's when we interviewed him. Bit of open workout footage as well from 189.
Such a good striker, though, Robbie Lawler. Such a good striker. But it's been a few years. Can he keep that power? He's older now.
Nah, this is what I worry about as well. I think this is a great fight if you're trying to build up somebody like... I mean, we are almost synced up with what they're putting out on BT there. Fantastic. I think this is a great fight to introduce somebody like Ben Askren. Is a guy that's got a legit name about him. It's a shame we're not recording this, Cam. This would have been fantastic, I think. This is a great opportunity for Ben Askren to take a real scalp and really introduce himself to the UFC fan base. And I think he's going to do it, and I think he's going to get the victory. What I hope is it's not a decision. I hope that Ben Askren comes out here and he shows what his wrestling is all about, and his wrestling is to get him into a dominant top position. That's actually the same clip that we were just showing. Actually get him into a dominant position, use ground and pound, and get the victory early. That's what I want to see from Ben Askren. And obviously there, Tyron Woodley training with him there. I think I would pay to go and see these two tear it up in the wrestling room.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking earlier in the studio and we were saying what a travesty it is that we probably will never get to see them fight because, you know, Ben Askren, what happens next if he wins this fight and Tyron Woodley defends the belt? What? Well, Ben Askren's not going to challenge for the title, is he?
I think Tyron's going to move up soon anyway, I think. But I don't... Yeah,
really? He's pretty small, man.
He's short, but he's not small.
Okay.
He's wide.
Okay.
He's a wide dude.
Thick. He's thick.
Yeah, he's definitely thick. I don't know. I don't know if you'd say Ben Askren's ready for a title shot just after beating Robbie Lawler. I think there's other people you got to fight at 170. Do you feed Till to him and see what happens? I think we all know what happens.
Oh, yeah, we know what happens in that fight.
There's other people that I'd like to see him go up against before he gets a title shot. But, yeah, he's probably not going to get a title shot while Woodley's sitting on the throne. And, yeah, maybe that's what Woodley needs to do is to go and move up anyway.
Absolutely. Let's roll those tells of the tapes again. Oh, brilliant. On cue. We already are. Look at that. Let's see how these guys match up. But the biggest talking point, of course, Ben Askren undefeated coming into the UFC.
18-0. Cedar Rapids. Go on, lad.
Black belt, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, NCAA Division 1 wrestler, one championship and Bellator champion. Could he add a third one to the list? Tonight is the starting point of that if he is going to do it. And he's got to be a former champion in Robbie Lawler to get his name into title contention. His posture's so weird, the way he just has his posture.
Yeah, he doesn't look like an elite level fighter, does he? But then again, like you show Chet Congo up against Roy Nelson, you go, who's winning that fight? And you'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? Black guy's going to annihilate the fat dude. Didn't go down like that in the slightest. So I wouldn't read too much into that. Anderson's never really had much of a physique.
No,
He's always been quite smooth. So, yeah, I mean, he looks like a dad on a school run. He's going to fuck you up. And I think Robbie Lawler, even though Robbie Lawler's coming in, I mean, look, he's not got really much bicep going on, really, has he?
No. He's a lot flabbier than I actually thought he would be. Especially if we look back at his...
There's just not much definition. Like, there's no carve on him.
But even his last fight against Shinya Aoki, he looked a bit more trim than this. And arguably, is Shinya Aoki the highest level guy he's fought? I know he fought Korzhikov in Bellator, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, this is the problem, but we don't know what the level of Ben Askren is, truly. We hear things about what comes out of the wrestling room and what comes out of the training partner zone is the toughest wrestler this guy's faced and this guy's faced. It's the training room. Yeah. It's not the UFC. It's not the octagon. And I think that's the difference. Is got to get him inside the octagon and find out what the crack is. But here we go. Robbie Lawler coming out. Look at that. Super serious Robbie Lawler. Trying to control his breathing. Very deliberate.
He is. He's very, very focused. Very focused. If I'm correct, moved from ATT to Hard Knocks, Henry Hoof's gym, for this one.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. This is the real start of this card.
Absolutely.
These next 3 fights are like grown man Christmas.
All
in on Askren, says Dalai Lama. Get your comments in. Who you picking? Everybody who's watching the stream, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video if you're enjoying it. And how you feeling the graphics and everything we're giving? Jake says, coming from the Insta, Lawler to win, and Ollie's at the wheel. Askren to win. We've got all in on Askren. One's welterweight is 185 as well. Yeah, they all moved them up, and that was because of the no weight cutting rule that they have as well. Austin, I love that he wears flip-flops all the time. Probably walks on court like a boss. Don't trust anyone who wears flip-flops, says Reese. Woodley has the highest takedown defense of any UFC fight. I think he's Khabib's worst matchup. That's if Khabib comes up. But what would happen if he goes to 185? That's the one I think.
That's the question. That's the biggest thing. It's like, are we going to see this fight? But the potential that the other guy could go the other way before we even have the potential for that to happen.
Don't see the smash. We might not see the smash.
I'm going to smash your boy. That's my impression. Khabib, man. Khabib's getting so many... I'm going off on a tangent here, but he's getting in some bad headlines over in Russia, man. Very politically driven.
I think that he's always been that guy.
Oh, okay.
But I also think that he's going to do what his dad tells him as well. Weirdly.
Yeah, fair play.
I tell you what, Robbie Lawler looks like he's struggling to contain his nerves here, or he's absolutely fuming. I can't make out what it is.
People can comment and let us know, but I don't remember him always meticulously breathing like that.
Might be a new thing. Here we go. Tail of the tape. Let's have a look. Not much in it at all.
Askren came in slightly heavier, 0.5. The reach is pretty much the same. Height is hips. Dead even. Robbie Lawler, 2 years older, and you got to think probably very, very near the end of his career.
He's had an hard paper round. Bruce Buffer, a handsome bastard. We shared a picture the other day on MMALatest of Bruce Buffer about 25 years ago, something like that. Just, you think, where has that time gone? Where has this sport gone in 25 years? Actually, have you been seeing the UFC short series that they've been doing?
I've seen a few of them, yeah.
Oh, they're fantastic. Yeah. They're absolutely fantastic. Love them.
Yeah, they've done a really good job on that. They really have. Did you see the one about how the octagon started?
Yeah, that was really interesting.
That one was great.
Really interesting. It could have been a pit.
Yeah.
Like a pit. Because they used a lot of the early ones that came in that people were a pit fighter. And you're just like, where's these fucking pits that you're fighting in? Robbie looks in phenomenal shape.
Yeah.
If I was going to be critical, I would say he does not pass the sniff test.
Yeah. he's looking real Jack, baby.
Real Nowitzki on the phone. He doesn't look 36.
Are you surprised he's the underdog?
Yeah, I think we probably should be.
You think he should be the underdog? Well, look, Ben Askren is coming in with a lot more hype. Of course. The man that many thought would never grace the UFC octagon, but tonight he does that at UFC 235. And we're here to talk you through it and walk you through it at MMA Latest News. Drop us a like and subscribe. And here we go, the fight is under the way. No surprise, Ben Askren straight with the shoot.
And he's still got him, and he's still trying to take him down. 10 seconds in.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, Robbie Lawler just dunked him on his head.
That was like an
Oh,
FU.
my God.
That was an FU.
This might get stopped.
That was John.
This is getting stopped.
Oh, wow.
This should get stopped. Herb Dean, stop this shit.
Look at that.
How's he not stopped it? What
Ben
defending
Askren,
is he doing?
survival
Look at him,
mode.
he's cut to fuck as well. Right above his eye.
Survival
Oh my
mode for
God.
Ben
Is he-
Askren.
What defending is he doing here? Or has Robbie blown himself out thinking he was...
Oh, wow.
How has he not stopped this fight? That was wild.
Any wrestling fans would know that was a John Cena special there to throw him over his shoulders.
Wow, I might be going 0-3 here.
Oh, look at this. Askren's all over the place.
Askren is covered in blood, and Robbie Lawler looks like he's just getting warmed up.
The most anticipated debut in a very long time could end in tears for Ben Askren, who is covered in a crimson mask already. Lawler's just landing at will, at absolute will already. Askren's got to force that takedown now, get some composure back.
He needs to buy himself some time, because there's no way that he's not rocked from those elbows that have cut his face to pieces. But it's going to be very interesting to see how the rest of the round goes from here. We didn't expect that Robbie was going to evade the takedown so well and then switch it round and dunk him on his head and beat the piss out of him for a couple of minutes.
I think that's the first time Ben Askren has ever bled in an MMA fight.
I'm sure.
Because nobody's touched him properly before.
Wow. That's
crazy. What a crazy start to the fight. Robbie Lawler.
Matthew said DJ died for this. Nidge, this might be the best shape Lawler's ever been in. You might have a solid point there, incredible. To be fair to you. This is wild. Damn, lads, he's hardly that bloody up already. I wish I was watching. Come and watch it. How is Askren conscious? How didn't Herb Dean stop the fight?
I don't know. He really did give Ben Askren the benefit of the doubt there. I can't believe that.
Wow.
Ben's now got the control against the cage on Robbie Lawler, looking for that ankle pick.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it from there. Turn the corner, pull him down.
Robbie's defending so well. I can't believe it.
Robbie looks jacked at the moment. He definitely looks jacked. Nowitzki's going to be sat in his dressing room waiting for him when he gets back. He's going to have a flask with a lid off, ready. Hi, Robbie. Take a seat.
Look at this.
In fact, don't take a seat.
He's got the takedown now.
He has got the takedown. But now, what can he do from here now?
Oh! He's not got the body. He's got no position.
Yeah, he's
got no position. Is it a bulldog?
He can survive that.
Is this bulldog in?
He can survive that.
He's out! He's
what
out!
The fuck?
What? No, he's not. Is he out? Herb calls a stop. It's done.
What the fuck?
Was he didn't look out. I don't know. But Herb Dean has called a stop.
He's just shaking his head but he doesn't look pissed. He's just like...
Was he out? Did Herb do the arm? I don't know.
I did see that right arm just drop, but I don't know if that was him just going, conserve my energy rather than panic here. Shit.
Robbie is pissed. He is pissed off. But wow, if that stands, which I'm assuming it will, what a comeback from Ben Askren.
Look how unmarked Robbie Lawler is compared to the victor, who looks like he's been run over by a train.
So here we're going to see the replay now.
So watch the right arm. Watch the right arm drop there.
Definite bulldog choke.
Oh,
he looks unconscious.
He does look unconscious from there.
No, but his arm's still moving.
Herb's got in close. Herb calls it. You have to take his judgment. He's fucking about 6 inches from his face. But as soon as he lets go, Robbie sits up. That arm's bad. But it could just be...
No, I think he looks out. He looks out. I don't know,
But as soon as he lets go, Robbie stands up and goes, what the fuck?
But he's wobbling when he gets up. He is wobbling. I don't know, man. That's tough. Let us know what you think. Was that the correct stoppage in the YouTube comments? I don't think it was.
What's the commentary team saying? Yeah, let us know in the comments. Bad stoppage, says Mitz. Bad stoppage, but nothing he could do. All right. People in the comments are thinking bad stoppage.
Wow, Ben Askren's escaped with a victory after being murked. Wow.
Robbie Lawler looked phenomenal up until that point.
Rightfully pissed off, Robbie Lawler?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's more of a case that Askren should have been stopped in that initial flurry with the elbows and the strikes.
Herb Dean, once again in the controversy, mate. Once again.
I mean, you can let Robbie go. He obviously wasn't out.
No.
Because as soon as Askren lets go, he lifts his head and goes, "What the fuck?" He doesn't go, "Huh?" He goes, "What the fuck?" straight away, like. So.
Obviously, we can't hear what's going to happen. They're about to be interviewed. Please let us know if there's any more information, if Robbie confirms that he was out. But yeah, a lot of you guys are saying bad stoppage.
Yep. First minute of that, Robbie Lawler was all over him. It was pure porn, but that's very controversial. I thought he could have and probably should have been stopped. This right arm definitely drops, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean you're out. That could just mean...
But it is limp.
It is limp. Well, Herb checks it, and then he calls the fight, and he checks it a couple of times, but it's as soon as he lets go, he's back.
Yeah.
And on it.
Have you ever been in a bulldog choke?
No. Not since I was at high school.
It looks limp, man. It looks limp for a second.
He tries his arm there, but he actually does try to grab for him then. So, I don't know.
That's a very, very difficult one to call.
Especially with how close it was, I thought. And probably, I would have stopped it. Yeah. I would have stopped it.
But you would have stopped it earlier as well when Robbie was raining down.
I would have stopped it then when Robbie was raining down, yeah. I don't think there's too much danger there. Let the fighter go out in that situation.
Is that the great escape from Ben Askren?
Jesus Christ. I don't think he's earned a title shot on the back of that. But very interesting. Oh, do you know what? I fucking hate rematches. But yeah. Wow.
What?
Wow.
That went like a complete 180 in what we were expecting.
Wow. Now it's Tyron Woodley time.
Well, Ben Askren's done it for Rufus Sport. Wow. I'm still in shock. I don't know what to say. I can't believe it.
He got tuned up, man. Press conference will be interesting later. So I would expect Robbie Lawler to be like, crazy. Yeah, I lost the fight. Look at that fucking guy.
Would love to know what Robbie Lawler is thinking right now. That's crazy. Look,
he looks like a zombie. He looks like a dead guy.
All credit to Ben. He's trying to wrestle the security guard. But yeah, let us know in the comment section. Let us know on Twitter at MMALatest News. What did you think of that? Did Herb Dean mess up with his officiating in that fight? Should he have called it at the beginning when Robbie Lawler was raining down strikes? And did he make the right call to call it an end with that bulldog choke? Just shocking, just crazy and amazing. And we're finally on to our co-main event. And what a way to bridge into it. Bloody hell. Amazing. Oh, Zac Efron, wow. He looks like a fuckboy. Classic.
Holly Holm there in the crowd.
Why have they not shown that bloody Darren Till video? I want you to see it so badly. It's terrible. It's terrible. Anyway, yeah, Tyron Woodley, Kamaru Usman. We're there. We're finally there.
We are finally there. This is where we're getting meaty now.
5 rounds. The UFC welterweight championship. Tyron Woodley defending his belt. I mean, I think we said it earlier. Usman potentially the most dangerous challenger to that crown yet. Keys to victory.
For Usman, what Usman needs to do is he's got to find that rhythm for that work rate, and he's got to overwhelm Tyron. He's got to put him on his back foot, because we don't see that ever. Yeah. That someone puts Woodley on the back foot a little bit. He's got to pressure him. He's got to overwhelm him. He's got to just outwork him and see how that goes down. For Woodley, do what you do.
Yeah.
Do what you do and get that right hand on him. You put that right hand on him and it's over.
Maybe this would be the one fight where the power is actually matched. Do you think? No, you don't think Usman has got the same amount of power?
No way.
Okay.
No way. Do you?
I think he possesses a punch, for sure. But we have to look at the other fights where Woodley hasn't been able to stop people, like Wonderboy. You know, it's inconsistent.
Yeah, that's a weird one, though. And I think that the shoulder surgery he was having around that time as well probably played a big part in that one. Yeah. It's a weird one.
It's interesting. It's interesting for sure. But, yeah, potential here. Fight of the night, which would be crazy to top what we just saw with Ben Askren and Robbie Lawler. And I know Zabit and Jeremy Stephens had a great fight earlier in the evening as well. But yeah, Tyron Woodley, can he do it? We're coming back from commercials just about now, and they're still not showing that UFC London promo. I'm really gutted. I hope they show it.
They might show it.
Why would you not advertise it during?
They really should.
This crazy sold out show, obviously, but you want to get those viewers on BT Sport. Let us know who you're picking, Tyron Woodley, Kamaru, Usman, in the YouTube comments section. Stephen's going to be checking in on your comments throughout the next two fights. And we are about to go to the video packages, I believe.
Yep, let's have a look at the little B-roll that we've got there for this fight coming up. And I'm just going to dip because we need to go and find a graphic.
There's the rankings, of course. Tyron Woodley, the champion. Kamaru Usman, number 2. And the man that we've been talking about an awful lot, Colby Covington, still stands at number 1, still the interim champion. But turned down the fight, as Dana White has said in multiple interviews. Colby Covington turned down the fight with Tyron Woodley, reportedly over money. Who knows? But it is Kamaru Usman, the former Ultimate Fighter winner, who tonight challenges Tyron Woodley for the welterweight championship of the world. Hope you're enjoying the awesome B-roll package that we've got for you on screen right now. Let us know, what do you think of this amazing set that we've put together, the great B-roll packages, the graphics. Are you enjoying what you're seeing, and do you want to see more? Because that is the plan from me and Steve and the whole team at MMALatest, is to bring you as many of these really, really cool watch-alongs as we can. So right now, if you're watching the broadcast, whether that's on BT or on pay-per-view, you can see we've got the video package going ahead for the Tyron Woodley fight. Someone mentioned it in the YouTube comments. We mentioned it at the beginning of the show. I've got the official statistic now in front of me. It's 97.6% takedown defense. The highest in the UFC ever. It's just a crazy statistic. Absolutely crazy. You know, when you have the frame of Tyron Woodley, the power and the ability to stop people from getting away from where you're good at fighting, which is on the feet. Nobody can escape, nobody can take him down and try and get him away from his comfort zone. That is the biggest problem. I don't know if Usman's going to try and do that anyway. I wouldn't expect him to. I think he's actually going to try and trade with him. I really do expect him to. I think Usman respects his own ability, respects his own power enough to go in there and stand with Tyron Woodley. But as we've seen so many times, what he's done to the likes of Josh Koscheck, Robbie Lawler, he has got unadulterated power. Just an insane amount of power in those shots.
Oh, that right hand he hits Robbie Lawler with is just something else.
It's crazy.
Something else.
Maybe the most powerful man in MMA.
Fucking unbelievable. Who, if not Usman, who even has a chance?
Good question.
Comment
I would have, you know what? I would have liked to see him fight Georges St. Pierre.
Weirdest retirement ever. Listen, thank you everybody. I'm retiring, but maybe I'm not.
Comes back out. But he did jokingly say, like, you know, retirement doesn't mean retired forever, but who knows? I don't know. I really don't know.
We've got to call a press conference to maybe retire.
I don't know who in the welterweight division can challenge Tyron if it's not Usman.
Again, another market that could get opened up massively here if we get a victory. Nigeria, an enormous country, and obviously the continent of Africa could definitely benefit from having a big champion like this. And
if you look at, like, anybody who's seen what EFC are doing and just carbon copying everything.
EFC, someone told me this, rugby union and cricket obviously quite big sports, aren't they? EFC is about as big as like X Factor is in UK, because it's on terrestrial TV on Saturday nights at tea time.
Oh, really?
What?
That's crazy.
Huge. It does more than rugby union and cricket combined, which is crazy.
That's quite shocking, that.
Yep. Madness.
Are you an X Factor fan?
I am not.
You don't strike me as one.
Predictions for this fight. Commenters, talk to me. How are you going with this one? Are you going with the challenger or are you going with the champion? For me, I'm not looking past the champion. But I was nearly 0 for 3, and I should be 0 for 3 because that was a shit stoppage from Herb Dean for me. He should have stopped it earlier. What are you going with?
Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley. But like I've been saying this entire broadcast, I'm absolutely prepared for Usman to shock the world. But I'm not going to state my claim on him. I'm not going to be that guy that sits on the fence.
It's going to be work rate. If he's going to do it, it's going to be work rate, yeah. But I think for me, Tyron, too much experience at the top level. And that's what's going to be the difference here. But there's no mug here. This isn't like... If Usman wins, this isn't your Buster Douglas. This is like, well, he's a fucking good fighter. Of course he did. It's going to be close.
9-fight winning streak in the UFC.
You don't get one of them by being lucky.
You got to be pretty good to win 9 fights in the UFC. And he beat Rafael dos Anjos recently as well.
You don't need to be... you need to be a bit more than just lucky to do that as well.
What do you think of the Reebok shorts? They've started to improve them a little bit.
Oh, yeah. The whole deal's fucking crazy, isn't it?
It is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look at that. Feel the energy.
It could be better. It could be better. All of the stuff that they do could be better, but, you know, I guess some of it's quite smart.
Make Reebok great again. Great. Absolute shite brand. Let me ask you, look, I know Usman's now, he's about to get into the cage, but Tyron Woodley, the lack of promotion, the lack of respect, look what he did to Darren Till. Can we actually say, you know, can we give him credibility for that? Or was Darren Till...
Fucking Usman dancing as he's getting prepped up.
or was Darren Till a product of the hype machine?
No, Darren Till's a top-class fighter that... come up against a better class fighter and probably one of the top fucking fighters in the game at the moment, full stop. Till's just got that British, and do you know what, it's an unfair stereotype, really.
You're right, those dances, brilliant.
It's an unfair stereotype because Till fucked off to Brazil years ago, and got elite at jiu-jitsu, but you don't see it. No. And you don't see an offensive wrestling game from him. Like, he's not gonna, because he's just fucking loving life at Calwan at the minute. But if he was to go and spend, I don't know, 3 months out in fucking Iowa, just getting tucked down by crazy farmers.
But he is working with Mike Grundy. I know he's not exactly that.
No, but do you know what?
Level, but he's a very good wrestler.
Still an international wrestler that's probably putting him on his back every fucking day. Yeah. So he's got to develop some sort of takedown defense, hasn't he? So I don't know. It's a good point about Grundy. I mean, you know, Grundy himself probably would be in the UFC if he had...
He is in the UFC.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
shit.
signed on UFC London.
Is that a new signing for UFC London?
He was signed last year, but they didn't announce it until the beginning of this year, yeah. Right,
I missed that. I apologise. Yeah, well, I think he would be doing better numbers if he was in the UFC more frequently, if he had some more of his stand-up game. He's a bit of a British Ben Askren, really, isn't he? That he's literally just going to put you on your fucking back. But, you know, you have to deal with that shit. I didn't even know he'd been signed.
Learn something every day.
I do learn something every day.
Here he is, the chosen one, Tyron Woodley, making the walk to the octagon. He's a man which I'm guessing most people are picking tonight.
Yeah, I mean, let me know in the comments. Is anyone not picking him? Is anyone picking Usman? Is anyone picking Usman? Anybody at all? Woodley being champ for ages, he'll stay champ. It was a bad stoppage, but understandable one in some ways. His arm dropped, and I thought he was out at first.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
That's why Herb Dean jumped in. You know, that is why Herb Dean jumped in.
While you were away for a second, Stephen, we were talking about, I've got the official statistic, 97.6% takedown defense, the highest in the UFC from Tyron Woodley.
Does that mean he's been took down like once?
It's once or twice, literally, yeah.
Tilly's just living in Tyron's era. He's still a top-class fighter, though. Yeah, I would agree on that one. Yeah, that's fair. Woodley bags this. Black belt jiu-jitsu, wrestling and good boxing. He has it all, says Danny in the comments. I think Usman could surprise, says Mahir. It's interesting. Views have picked up. Thank you to everybody that's just joined us. Please like the video and let us know. Are you enjoying the coverage and the watch along there tonight from us at MMALatest? If you are, then you're more than welcome to come and join us and check out some of the other content that we've got on the channel as well. And to do that, hit the subscribe button. We're just seeing Woodley on the prep point now. Probably, no doubt, sponsored by some maniacs. I like him, me. I'm a big fan of Tyron Woodley. I like the guy. I like that. He hates everyone.
Here's another one for you, and it's not on screen. This is actually from my notes.
What's that on his eye?
It's Vaseline.
No, there's something else on his eye. It's an enormous. Oh, it's just a reflection of it.
It's Vaseline.
No, it looked like it was something like a white square on his eye.
Oh, okay.
It's just a reflection from the Vaseline.
Anyway, this Tyron Woodley is looking for his 5th title defence, so he stands at 4 title defences, which is the highest in the UFC from the active roster right now, the active roster of champions. So, look, he's continuously proving himself as one of the go-to guys, as one of the go-to champions.
I love this guy.
When's he going to get the respect, man? When is he going to get the respect?
When Dana stops realising that it's not all about trying to build fucking superstars and bullshit interim titles and actually give us someone that, like Tyron, is dominating his division. If he puts Kamaru away comfortably, then Dana just needs to start the hype train. You don't need fighter permission to hype him up. Just hype him up. He deserves it. He's fucking mint. Dalai Lama says, good stoppage. All aboard the funky train. It's by far his biggest test, but Tyron has that explosive power that can change the fight in a second. I'll tell you what, that right hand for the Robbie Lawler fight, it was still going on.
That's crazy.
Do you know what? I think it's like the first or second one that he hits him with when he gets on the floor as well. It's a weird angle that he hits it with, but the fucking speed and the ferocity of it. Oh,
mate.
my
Absolute
God.
Pure power. Here we go.
There we go.
Goddard is the man in the middle.
He looks pissed off and all, doesn't he?
He's probably thinking, I've got to outdo Herb Dean in this one. I love the presentation style for the championship fights. It does bring another element
wicked,
to it.
It is wicked. How long's Bruce Buffer going to go on for?
Oh, mate. They're going to be... Do you remember Futurama? Did you ever watch Futurama?
Yeah.
You know, they had the floating heads.
We're getting that with Bruce Buffer, are we? I'm excited for the next 2 fights, says Mario. Ben won. Good stoppage. Loads more of you guys joining us, so thank you guys for that. Make sure to like the video. At the moment, we're on a flawless victory, which I'm sure is not going to last. Yep, it's already gone.
Thank you.
So please like the video and make sure to subscribe as well if you're new in these parts. I'm going to get to some of your questions as well and see how everybody is doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Here's another one. I've got a shit ton of facts.
Have you, though?
Absolutely have. And I trust me, you won't know this next one.
All right.
Kamaru Usman is number 9 all-time in consecutive wins in the UFC.
Jesus. With 9.
With 9. Number 9 of all time, man.
What's the most?
It's a lot more. It's a lot more. But
It can't be that much more.
So he's on 9. The next closest person is Royce Gracie on 11. But then there's a while to go. But it's Anderson Silva, surely.
Yeah, you'd assume so.
Yeah.
I mean, what's DJ? What did DJ?
Could be DJ as well. Could be DJ. Should have looked maybe further up the list. But yeah, that's that statistic.
Here we go. I'm excited for this.
Look at that. We're ready to go.
I'm excited for this. Usman could do this, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be Tyron.
T Wood, calm and composed as always.
Looks a bit smoother than normal.
Look at that. Unorthodox start.
That right hand, man. That right hand is a fucking absolute touch of death.
We've had an explosive start to the last few.
Yeah.
Is T Wood going to add to that? Already hitting right hand?
I don't know, you know. It's long in Usman. He's obviously got the height advantage over Woodley as well. That could play in a big factor in this. It's just You expect more output from Usman in this one, but is he nervous with it being a title fight? This is what we're going to see as well.
Well, that's the thing. I think you have to.
Shot. He's got a takedown. This is
what
we
there
thought
we
it
go.
Might be. So now we're going to see what Tyron's got on the floor. That's tight. The way he's hitting him in the. I've been in the same position myself, and that's a panic move to try and hit him because that's not hurting. He's twisting that neck there, and he's got the leg hooked as well.
It doesn't look quite in though.
Nah, it's not quite in because he would have been arching his back more to try and finish.
But look at that. Usman doing exactly what we said he needs to do. He needs to get the takedown.
But you don't want to catch yourself in a guillotine from Tyron Woodley.
No, but
I think
he's,
he might twist your head off.
Here. Look, he's not quite in the position.
He's pulling him around a little bit. I think Tyron thinks he might get this. Tyron's elbow, right elbow at least, is on the mat, so he's not connecting his hands. But you can do it one-handed. You can do a one-handed guillotine if you're as strong as someone like Tyron.
Yeah, I think he's going to focus to get back up, and that looks what he's trying to do here.
Yeah, he looks like he's slowly, and Usman's trying to pull him back down again. Interesting. T-Wood for the win, says Gabriel. Steve says, good coverage, and looks like you guys are in a real studio. What do you mean we are? Look.
Absolutely real.
Tyron and John Jones, says Mario.
Look at that.
Johnny Walker, something in Brazilian.
This is going to be interesting now, because is Usman going to go for that knee to the body? In this position can do some damage if he can find the space.
If he can get it in, but Woodley's keeping his hands there.
Yeah.
And he's back to his feet.
Good defence. Back up.
Now it's how they're going to break. And are they going to break? Dave Gibson says, good job, boys. I'm a new sub. Welcome, our kid.
Thanks for joining us, Dave. Look at that. Oh, look, and he's going for that body again.
I think they clash knees then. That's going to be so... I'd have to walk that off. I'd be like, listen, I think we both deserve 30 seconds off for that. Come on. There we go. And it's the break. Can we get... Tyron there looking to try and keep the distance there a little bit. He doesn't want, I don't think, by the looks of what we've just seen, to engage in a grappling contest.
Everything we were saying at the beginning of the show, what Usman needs to do, he needs to close the range, he needs to go for the takedown. He's doing exactly that.
I said it's not a Buster Douglas situation if he wins this. I just thought the experience and the power puts Tyron in favour. But history shows us grapplers can grind out victories. When will we learn?
Never. Never.
We buy into every single hype job like McGregor's only got to hit him once. Yeah, but he's got to hit him.
Usman is thrown with power. He just keeps pushing at him.
He's a tricky operator. He is definitely a tricky operator. Like I said, he's on a 9-fight win streak. It's no accident.
Well, he's on a bigger fight win streak, but 9 in the UFC.
It's no accident at all.
Look at this.
Stephen says, what's your guys' opinion on Jon Jones? Thanks for your input in advance. Like we said at the top of the show, if you did miss that, greatest of all time. Don't think there's a man alive that beats him.
Yeah, not even DC at heavyweight.
Loves the drugs though, so you've got to factor that in. There's got to be an asterisk next to his name. And the Tyranobol thing at the minute, it's a bit of a piss take, I think.
Yeah. Failed 2 drug tests in the lead up to the fight. But, you know, we're going to talk a lot about John after this, but Mark Goddard in there to stop it.
Oh, yeah, Tyron turning his back. Set yourself at all times, son.
That's dangerous, that. Can Usman keep this up for 5 rounds?
Nice. A bit of boxing there from Tyron. Yeah, I absolutely 150% know for a fact that Usman can keep this. He could probably keep this going till about Wednesday, I reckon, before he starts to really tire. Oh,
this is getting interesting.
Do you know what I think's doing him? I think it's the reach. I think Usman's reach is just a little bit much for Tyron.
Look at that. He is landing some clean shots from Tyron.
And that might be an indicator that maybe Tyron can't go to 185, where there's more 6-footers. He's 5'9", isn't he? So he's probably at the limit of what he could really go to, I reckon. Mark Goddard separating these very quickly. Actually, that was
it was the end of the round, but I love the passion, Stephen.
Got no commentary on. Timer went off. I thought, it looked like he was...
It did.
It looked like they stalled, and I was like... okay.
What's going on here?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. What's the plan for Tyron Woodley then for round 2? He needs to get his strikes first, right?
Tyron's got to be first to the punch. I thought he backed up a lot. The problem is when you put forward, when you're up against a wrestler that's going to level change and take you under, you can't keep pressing forward because that's what they want. They're just going to sit back, and then level change and take the legs out from underneath you. So it's hard to pressure a wrestler. You do almost have to try and fight them on the counter a little bit, but then it becomes hard to really land your shots when you're moving backwards. So Tyron's got to land that right hand. He's got to start landing that right hand. And maybe he needs to do a couple of offensive takedowns and say, oh, fuck off, Colby. Why are you holding that belt? It's not your belt. Put the belt down, prick.
You know, he hasn't got the apostrophe in People's Champion. I hate to be like that grammar Nazi, but...
Fucking idiot.
Here we go, second round underway.
The left hand is, weirdly, I think that was the one he had his shoulder surgery on, is not as quick as the right hand from Tyron. And I think, oh shit, I don't think Usman respects that left hand at all. I think he respects the right.
It's very low as well, very low.
I don't think he respects the left, but I think he knows that the right's serious. But he's actually coming in standing up and doesn't give a fuck, actually. We might have a new champion tonight, fellas.
If this carries on for the next 4 rounds, then there is no question about it. We need something different from Tyron Woodley because right now he is not providing that.
Tyron Woodley looks like he's about to lose his belt for me.
It's early on in the fight, but yeah, absolutely.
At the moment, we're a minute into round 2, and I'm giving both of these rounds so far to Usman. And I don't see where Tyron changes the course of this fight. I think he's struggling here. Yeah. Mark Goddard watching very intently. But yeah, Usman, this is exactly the same as what happened in the first round. Pushing him against the cage, trying to tire out Tyron Woodley, closing the distance, coming in with those strikes. Tyron rendered a completely void. Currently, big slam takedown from Usman. Oh, wow, Stephen. We are very well on the way to potentially having a new champ. This could be 2 rounds up.
How do you go from having one of the best takedown defenses in the UFC to being taken down so easily?
Fucking animal like Usman that has got the ability to take you down.
Yeah.
And he's mounted.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to pass quite easily as well here.
He's struggling. He's going for mother's milk.
Oh, I've submitted to that before. I won't even lie. I won't even lie.
It was at IMAF. Was it the Worlds?
It would have been
Worlds or the Euros.
World Champion in Bahrain.
The Swedish geezer submitted someone with it. Yeah.
I've
never been there for.
Erman Smajic.
Yeah. I was like, oh, get out of the way, lad.
They didn't call that though, and they didn't put it in the record books as Mother's Milk.
We'll have a word with Mark and get that put back in, because that's what it was.
It was Mother's Milk, yeah.
Which is basically a titty.
But if a fat guy is laying on top of you,
it's super heavyweight.
It's good night.
Knows all about the buffet cart.
Tyron.
Oh, he caught an elbow there on the floor.
Tyron is really struggling.
Tyron is really struggling. This is comfortably now 2 rounds to Usman, and I've got to say to you, how do Tyron and his team turn this ship around? Because they're on a one-way train to Loserville at the moment.
Well, first things first, he needs to get up.
He's got to get up. Well, I think the way he's getting up is when fucking Mark Goddard tells him the round's over at the moment.
Next thing, he needs to get the centre of the cage. The problem is that's what Usman is controlling, and he's backing him up. Yeah,
he's backed him up and he's took him down against the cage, which is counterintuitive to how you think that Usman would like to go for him. So, yeah, he's got to get offensive. He's got to get on the front foot in this 3rd round as it's coming up. But if he gets to the 3rd round, because at the moment, he's getting beat up.
Not how again, another fight not going how we kind of expected it to.
Don't fucking listen to me for betting tips.
We only listen to your football tips, mate.
I'm shit at them as well, so I'll tell you how our match is going to go, but my betting tips are never right. Let's see what you guys are saying in the questions and the comments. Bahir says, Steve, mark my words, Usman's going to win this. I think you're right. Everyone in the comments now saying, told you guys, Usman. None of you fuckers were saying Usman before we started.
How about relax? Shit. There was that one guy, we'll give him the credit.
Usman Crazy Strong says stay focused. 200 now in the view. Cheers for joining us, everybody. Wonder how many we're going to have for the Jon Jones ones. 5 rounds, fellas, says Dad Strength. He only needs to win the third, though, and it's over. Yeah. Really. Let's be honest. Can cruise for the last 2.
Absolutely.
Not do a damn thing and still win the fight.
Tryon is trying to...
Can't underestimate Woodley's one-punch power. What one-punch power is he going to have after being bullied for 2 rounds? Though? That's the difference.
He's going to be very tired. And what you have to look at here, the body shots from Usman, that takes a lot out of you in terms of energy.
I think Tryon, he's going to be tensing for them, but they're not hard. You can probably just gut it out. They're going to be annoying, but they're not really going to take much out of you, I don't think. The fact he's just on top of you, just bullying you the way he is like that.
Just to confirm, not the end of the fight. We're at the end of the round there.
There we go.
Oh,
that in-close elbow there was a fucking game changer.
I think.
And then this...
Woodley's just shocked. I think Woodley is shocked.
Woodley's just getting fucked up, man. Flickster says 10-8, arguably.
You could,
right, do you know what?
Argue it.
There's not enough 10-8s given.
Yeah.
And you know, even the fact that you've come out and said 10-8 arguably, no, that was a 10-8 round.
Yeah.
You're right. When you actually go and read the rules, it's just a dominant round.
Yeah.
10-9s are meant to be given when it's he just won it.
Yeah.
A dominant round, which that was, you're right, mate, that was, not even arguably, it was a 10-8 round. And it should be a 10-8 round.
I second. Or third, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah, if you go and actually read what a 10-8 round is meant to be, there should be so fucking many more of them in MMA, and there isn't at all. It's bullshit. Like interim title.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay in the crowd, love it.
What a lad!
What a legend. Here we go. Again, Usman takes the centre of the octagon.
His restaurant in Vegas is the worst restaurant I've ever been to, by the way.
Okay. And you have to elaborate on that now.
Well, do you know what? We was like, oh, Gordon Ramsay's got a restaurant here. And you're like, for a man that's got a TV show where he goes around and critiques other people's restaurants, he can't have a bad restaurant, can he? Everything's going to be bang on. Surely the service has got to be bang on. No, it's garbage. Worst fucking place I ate at when I was in Vegas. In America, actually. Got served a dirty cup.
Really?
My order was wrong.
Oh, I'm disappointed
we
for you.
We was left there for like an hour and 40 fucking minutes as well, in between courses. In between, not even just wait, like from between the starter to get the main, hour and 40 minutes.
That's a long time.
Like, Jesus, Gordon. He actually follows me, but he's never replied to any of my many tweets I've inboxed him with.
Here we go. It is literal deja vu, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a very fucking elite performance from Kamaru Usman, and sadly, I think what you'll probably, from Tyron's point of view at least, what you're probably going to see is on the back end of Usman winning this belt, which I think is an almost certainty right now. He'll probably get a shitload of promotion because he can open up a new territory for the UFC, and Tyron will be like, "Nice one, fucking pricks."
It is going to be a bit awkward, isn't it? If Usman gets a promotion that Woodley has been starved of.
Usman has no respect for Woodley. Didn't see this coming. No. Absolutely not. Yeah. I thought this would be really competitive, but I thought
his back to him.
Tyron would just have it. But he's just backing up. He's backing up and he's circling off to the right, and he's not giving himself any chance. If he circled off to the left, he's got the opportunity to drop his own right on him. But he's circling to the right every time, and backing up.
And it seems like Usman has scouted this, I think. This isn't like you're just coming in there and winging it. That's the game plan.
Well, let's see what the trigger is. What's the trigger for Usman trying to take down? He's coming in, he's throwing a couple of punches, and then he's clinching once he's in range. Now, he's clearly the superior grappler, which is a little bit, not a total surprise, because I thought the strength of Tyron would see him through that, but this is almost what Tyron did to Till in terms of the difference in the level of grappling. Which
it shows you in this MMA game there's always another level.
There's always a bigger baddie. Wow. This is shocking.
Shockingly boring. No, I'm just kidding, but
Fucking boo.
3 rounds of exactly the same game plan from Kamaru Usman.
I tell you, if anyone's bored, it should be Tyron Woodley. Because he's the only one that must be getting bored out of this one. Like, this is a fucking nightmare.
He is taking it. Not well.
What can he do? Lads in the comments, what can he do, man? How does he get around this? And make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new, because we're going to be doing tons and tons of these live watch-alongs. Eventually, we'll be doing every single UFC and Bellator event, but we need the views to make it actually worthwhile fucking doing. So make sure you subscribe, tell your friends, tell your granny, tell your milkman, and tell that weird guy that whips his dick out at the end of the street as well. He's welcome too, mostly. Solomon says, I wouldn't be so sure about Tyron being outclassed, he'll just explode all of a sudden. I don't think he's got it in him to explode. I think he's fucked.
He looks tired.
3 rounds deep, he's not even throwing no more. Look, see how long it is till he throws.
Look at this.
He's too nervous about the shot.
Backing up, backing up. Oh!
Did that land?
Did it land? It looked like it.
It didn't look like he threw anything to land.
Right hand from Woodley.
Uppercut now from Usman, just glanced. He's trying to back him up, but he's still himself backing up.
Yeah.
But see, he backs up to the cage. Now, if you watch Floyd Mayweather against Ricky Hatton, you'll notice there's the time that Ricky Hatton headbutts the post. The reason for that is that's a trained thing at the Mayweather camp. Search for the rope with your back foot. Back up, back up, back up. And as soon as you touch it, twist and hit them on the way past. There's got to be some sort of trigger. If you're backing up against the cage, as Tyron Woodley, what are you doing backing up to the cage? Unless it's to invite the pressure and change the angle. You've got to change the angle and drop something on someone. Otherwise, you're just putting yourself into a corner where Usman is clearly comfortable with you being. He's got to get out of that mindset. He's got to get more offensive. You know, MMA is an offensively scored sport. You don't get scored for brilliant defence, which you do in boxing. You don't get scored for people missing you. You don't get scored for ducking out of the way of stuff. You get scored for fucking people up.
Yeah. And that's not what Tyron Woodley is doing.
He's not doing that at the moment.
He must be... Do you think he's aware that he's this close to losing his championship?
If he's not, he's fucking thick, because... I don't know what the corner are saying to him here, but this is a case of, how about we fucking drop that right hand of doom on him and we get this shit done and we go fucking party. That's what someone needs to be saying in his corner, because if you don't hit him, all he's going to do is going to keep fucking you up and he's going to take your belt. He might have took it already.
He's well on the way.
Jack the Freak says, KO coming up, Woodley keeps his belt. Hell of a call from this point in, mate. Hell of a call.
120 strikes.
See, this is what I'm talking about. The output of strikes coming from Usman is something else, and he's actually been pretty fucking gun-shy in this fight. Jake says he has to go for a KO now. Hopefully liven this up. There's 5 rounds, is all I'm saying, says Solomon. There is 5 rounds, but if Usman plays it safe now for the last 2, then he's won this belt. Simple as. He doesn't have to press this now.
5 rounds, but the last 3 have been exactly the same.
Yeah. And I don't expect the next 2 to be any different, because Woodley's strategy doesn't look like it's able to change. He's got to throw. He's just got to throw. It's as simple as that. Can't hold it back. Got to throw. Guillotined up.
He's got...
too slippery. Too sweaty.
Too wet. Too sway.
He's got a little head and all. He's bald head too. He's not even got any hair to friction it up a little bit with. Beard problems.
Does that genuinely help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a guy in a beard, it's just drying up all that sweat on him.
That's why you grew one, right?
No, because I'd get caught in him if I did it like that, wouldn't I? I'd have a big peanut head all slicked up if it was going the other way around.
You look great as a peanut.
Usman here now, tying the legs up, keeping Woodley right on his arse. This has been a bad night in the office.
I'm watching the same round over and over again.
This is Khabib Conor. This is Woodley Till. This is every single grappler versus striker, but Till's not even a striker.
No.
He just looks like one because the high-level grappling that Usman's bringing. I gotta love it.
People seem to still be thinking that Woodley's going to drop this right hand out of nowhere.
Tyron is messing with him. I don't fucking think he is.
That is top banter.
He doesn't have to KO him. All he has to do is fight his fight. No, he has to fucking KO him at this stage.
It's too late to fight his fight.
You can't fight your fight now. You've got to just take his fucking teeth out. This is on its way to being
a shutout.
It's on its way to being 4-0 in terms of the rounds.
Imagine
but
that.
Round 2, like we said, easily a 10-8.
Yeah.
Easily.
Imagine that. After all the hype for Tyron Woodley being a shutout loss to Kamaru Usman. That is...
Who beats Usman? Nobody yet,
Ben
obviously.
Askren.
Oh, I tell you what, that might be a boring fight. I mean, you know, I'm all for this kind of thing where you go, it's on you to fucking figure that shit out.
Yeah.
It's on Woodley to figure this shit. Like it was on Till to figure out what the fuck to do with Woodley.
Yeah.
Like it's on Conor to figure out what the fuck to do with Khabib. I don't know if, you know, maybe Eddie Bravo should be putting on fucking Usman versus Askren. I don't know if the UFC should.
Yeah.
You could probably say, leave the gloves if you want.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Usman does have that power, though, as we've seen today. He does come forward with it.
Nigeria, let's go. We've got, it's in here somewhere, I think. We've got one of the jackets. They're fucking awesome from we can't show because it's green screen. It's not green screen, but yeah.
That's like when Aaron Chalmers did that press conference saying that his manager does the social media and then like did a tweet 2 minutes later saying that was a joke.
Well, he's still on it. We got one of the jackets from the Nigerian Joe, the kit that they released in the World Cup.
Yeah,
fucking awesome.
No, they had some really cool stuff. Yeah,
we got one of the jackets in here. I bought it. It don't fit me. Here we go. 1:38 left in.
What did Jamie Carragher call you?
Shut it.
Look at this, and they're back to their feet.
See, he's backing up again, man. He's backing up. If he was backing up and looking to drop the right hand...
Oh, he's actually landing something.
It's not enough.
But it's not.
It's not enough.
It's not.
One of them did look like it landed, though.
Usman has specifically targeted the body of Tyron Woodley time and time again in this fight. Oh, look at that. Tyron Woodley could be hurt. Usman is unloading.
I like this. I've got a conspiracy theory in the comments.
He's unloading. Oh, wow.
I'll tell you what, finishing Tyron after that dominant performance
Look at this.
Might be the one. Tyron is hanging, literally oh, big knee from Tyron!
Big knee.
Tyron's fucked though now. He's wrestling up against the cage. Usman's just trying to find an opening to finish this. 45 seconds left to go. Both of them are absolutely ball bagged, just swinging. And there's no uppercut. Was Mark Goddard coming in there to finish that then, or was someone holding on to the cage?
Usman holding on to the cage.
Usman's going to drop him down here. I think he's fucked. I think he probably should have gone for the finish there. That would have been a nice highlight finish there. Finishing the champ. Colby Covington, sit down in the background, you fucking ball bag.
It's like Adesanya against Anderson Silva. Like, he had the opportunity to finish him, he just didn't do
that
it.
Dick in the fucking thing, you there. Shut up.
He's trying to get that picture.
Take your fucking sunglasses off inside, you fucking knob. Has Tyron recovered? No. There we go. End of the fourth.
Oh, he's not looking good.
He's 5 rounds adrift after 4 rounds. That's how bad of a fight this has fucking been. Oh, that is a man that knows that this is not going to be his night.
Could they finish this on the stool, potentially? Oh, I don't know.
To be fair, a corner could do.
He's fucked,
Maybe should do.
He's fucked.
Maybe it's on the corner to, like... What do they say? If it's at the point where you can no longer win the fight, why are you still there?
What could Duke Rufus possibly be saying to him right now?
He said, I'm going to make CM Punk take the piss out of you all week in training.
Oh, man, I
don't know. He's got to go on the front foot. Duke Rufus is a striking coach. Give him the striking advice, because at the moment, he's getting grapple fucked. Literally getting grapple fucked.
1 round away from becoming the champion of the world for Kamaru Usman. What a story that would be.
Fucking wow. Fair play.
That's incredible.
He
doesn't look like he wants to be there, man. I don't know.
I think he's finished. And this is where, I mean, look how fucking giddy and excited Usman is there for that final round. And Tyron straight away backing up. See, this jab's shit. It's not a quick jab. It's not an effective jab. It's literally just pouring. He doesn't step in with it. There's no power in it. It's just, it's a range finder. Yeah,
that's what I was about to say. Trying to find the range, but it's not working.
But then watch that. Usman just shoots a jab right through his guard, just like, this is a fucking jab, idiot. Has he got that?
He's got one leg. He's definitely got one leg here.
No, I'm talking about the guillotine.
Oh, right. No. I'm going to say no.
I don't know, you know.
But has he even got
what a way to finish this would be if he manages to pull this out. Oh, my days. You guys saying in the comments... On an aside, Colby should just grow a pair and walk away if he wants and stop begging. Yes, Solomon. Fucking idiot. Colby really in the crowd, surprised he had the balls to show up in person. Hope John sees him and smacks him up. As Jones fight, no, Jones is up next. There we go.
Oh, he's still going for that guillotine, but Usman going to...
Oh!
Big scoop slam.
Usman has been world class tonight. This has been an absolute game-changing, dominant performance from Kamaru Usman. And I wouldn't be shocked if he gets a finish here. He's still holding on to that guillotine.
Look at that. He just looks messed up.
Yeah.
Man, like smooshed, if that would be the correct term. He's not... This would be his 10th victory inside the octagon. That's crazy.
To take the belt.
What a way.
There's no way he's not leaving out with a belt.
Something crazy is going to happen in the next 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
I don't reckon anything crazy is going to happen. I think they're probably going to finish in this position right here. And you're going to see a brand new welterweight champion. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
I didn't expect to see that.
Okay, you tell me now. Underwhelming from Tyron Woodley or just the right game plan from Kamaru Usman?
Both. Tyron hasn't done what got him to the dance. He hasn't shown us that right hand. He hasn't pressed at all. When he obviously had some sort of game plan about backing up and trying to bring Kamaru Usman onto him. When that didn't work, what was plan B? Because plan B wasn't get taken down and fucked up, I'm sure. I'm sure him and Duke Griffiths wasn't like, should we do that, lads? I'm pretty sure it would have been something offensive, and he's just not done that. Kamaru's game plan and the execution of the game plan, we don't even know what his game plan was. We can only see the results of whatever's happened, and whatever's happened is he's taken him down almost any time he fucking decided to. He's probably outstruck him on the feet. He's outworked him.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant, dominant performance.
You would call it picture perfect, maybe.
It's not far off, is it?
Tyron there, grabbing the cage with his feet. Goddard's probably going to slap that away in a second. Or not.
He's got bigger problems, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Like getting his face elbowed off.
But as we've seen, like Usman's not got much power from that top position there. But as you said, it's just annoying. It's frustrating.
Give him nearly 16 minutes cage control time.
It's crazy.
And Woodley?
0. Big fat 0.
Absolutely nothing.
Dana is watching intently there.
Dana probably is really happy now.
Could this be the first of 2 big upsets in championship fights?
Sake. I swear to God, I could be 0-4 sitting into this. If you're sitting at home now and you've got a betting account, maybe just, I don't know, empty it into fucking Anthony Smith winning this the way fucking tonight's gone. What a crazy night. What a crazy, crazy night.
Tyron Woodley.
And arguably Robbie Lawler should have won.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Danny Green's conspiracy theory. Woodley's been paid off to leave the UFC and go leave Askren the path to the belt.
You watch too much wrestling, mate.
Yeah.
That's not real.
Wow. This has been phenomenal.
35
Remember, everybody, like the video and subscribe if you're new around here. We'll be doing these pretty regular. We've also got loads of podcasts and previews and all sorts of shit, which you definitely need to be checking out as well. I'd love to see Usman finish this to take the belt, but
I don't think he's got enough time. Woodley
it's not his thing anyway, is it?
No, but Woodley might get to his feet here. He's got 18 seconds just under. But Usman does not want to let him go. He's going to ride him out. He's going to grind him out until that final bell. And almost surely the new
screens.
champion
I
of
never
the
got
world.
that. Looking at the screens. The fucking action's 3 feet in front of your face.
There we go.
It's over.
That's it. 5 rounds.
Imagine the judges don't give it him. Imagine the judges don't give it him.
That would be...
oh my fucking
I don't know.
God.
Vegas would ascend into frenzy. Maybe some more rap videos now from Tyron Woodley. He's going to have a bit more time on his hands. Work on his raps.
Kamaru Usman's on his knees crying in the middle of the octagon. Wow, we have an African champion.
It's great. It really is. He's really... everything he was supposed to do, every single path to victory that we talked about, he did it.
Yeah.
He executed it.
He outworked him, he took him down, and he nullified the threat, the substantial threat that Tyron Woodley has. I think Rufus was... I don't know what the advice in the corner was, but it never got executed. Well, nothing changed. Yeah. There's some brilliant suplexes and shit from him. Unbelievable.
The scoop slams were great.
By here says he won all 5. Yep.
Yep, definitely. I wish we could hear the scores. We might have to ask the production team to relay that to us, because we're just going to be able to see Kamaru Usman's hand raised. But I think there's got to be at least one 10-8 in there, if not 2.
Let's have a look on the old Twitter.
Bringing his daughter into the cage, lovely. She's going to witness her father claim the UFC championship as it's wrapped around his waist by the UFC president Dana White.
Mint.
Great moment. Is Tyron coming for the hand raise? No, he's not. Or is he? Yeah, he's putting his t-shirt on. Someone's going to... Mark Goddard has fixed his t-shirt. What a great moment that was. Tyron just looks embarrassed, man. Look at his face. He looks embarrassed.
He's been bullied.
He has. To claim that you're the most dominant champion and that happened...
Well, he was. He technically was at the time.
Oh, no. Okay. Abdulaziz taking Usman's daughter. But there it is.
Yeah.
The new UFC championship brought to tears.
Can't see that. You have to just tell us what it says.
50-44, 50-44 and 50-45.
Like we thought, essentially, yeah. There's a 10-8 in there. Fair play. Congratulations, Kamaru Usman. We got a new champ.
Rat Ali Abdulaziz. Look at that. It's great though. The Nigerian flag. His family are in there. Look, if there was one man tonight from a performance that deserved something, it was Usman. Picture perfect. Everything executed just sublimely. And a completely deserved champion. What's next for him? Askren? That's really it. Because you said to me, I don't like rematches, but Ben Askren just beat Robbie Lawler. Or do you give the winner of Darren Till, Jorge Masvidal?
Fucking hell, that's not fair, is it? Well, no, because I don't know if Till's ready for another shot.
What about Colby?
Fuck Colby. Fuck it. Let Colby have it and watch him get fucked up so he sees what he says then. He'll come up with some bullshit.
It's the fight to make. Colby is the interim champion, I think.
Is he though?
It's a toy belt to you, isn't it?
It's a fucking disgrace. And he's a disgrace. And isn't he fucking talking about quitting anyway? What is he even on about?
Yeah. He called... The one thing he did do which was funny is he called Dana Uncle Fester. I like that. Bit of Adam's family jibe.
Tyron looks like someone's just
yeah, he looks just like on a night out where you've slipped on the alcohol and landed flat on your ass. You're getting up and everyone's looking at you. That's how he looks right there.
That was Rashad Evans there in the back. It's right next to Joe's head.
Yep. Former UFC light heavyweight champ. I fucking hate Ali Abdulaziz, man. I think more than you hate Colby.
Wow.
Rat.
Poor guy. Usman will smash Kobe, says stay focused. Champions don't perform like Tyron did tonight.
Yeah.
True.
Well, actually, technically, Usman performed like a champion, and that's why he won the belt. So,
what a performance! No two ways about it. That was a bloody perfect performance.
Well, you say that's probably one of the biggest shutouts we've seen in over 5 rounds anyway in a title fight.
struggling to think of one more one-sided, really. I mean, usually if it goes 5 rounds, there's been a bit of a back and forth at some point. Was there any point, really? There was a bit of a flurry. Was it third? It was a third. It was a little bit of a flurry, and it was 5 seconds, and he shut that shit right down. Incredible performance from Kamaru Usman. Really interested to see what this means for MMA in Africa and for UFC in Africa. You know, do they have the pull to go? Is there anywhere that they would want to go and put a big event on in there? Could they put a pay-per-view on there? You know, I know that one of the reasons that they like doing it in Las Vegas is because they can get a higher gate. Yeah. I can't imagine you get an amazing gate in Nigeria.
No, you know, the ticket prices wouldn't be that high. The thing is, well, tonight's been all about creating new regions, creating new stars. They did that with potentially Weili Zhang, and now you've got Kamaru Usman. Yeah, no idea, of course, what Tyron Woodley is currently saying to Joe Rogan, but I'm assuming it is, damn.
Danny Green says, I don't see Woodley staying in the UFC, as him and Dana don't get on, and now he's not the champion.
No,
we're about to see an insane and desperate performance from Ant Smith. Will Jones be able to summon championship-level experience? That's what I said earlier. Coming into this fight, the only way Anthony Smith makes this interesting is by making it a brawl. If he does what we just seen Tyron do, like thinking he's going to pick him off, thinking he's going to wait him out, bait him in, it's not going to fucking happen. Jon Jones is going to pick you apart. I mean, look how good he looked in his last fight. That was so fucking dominant, and that was with an elite fighter that I think Anthony Smith's not even close to being on the level to. So Anthony Smith has got to make this a barroom brawl. He needs to get a fucking ashtray and an headbutt and a fucking stool involved. Otherwise, he's going to get fucked up. There's not a fuck off, Colby. Jesus fucking Christ. You're not the people's champ. You're not the interim champ. You bought that belt from the fucking store outside. And what does she come as? Just over his shoulder, by the way.
Oh, wow.
That lady needs to finish getting dressed.
Kamaru Usman leaving the octagon, the new UFC welterweight champion of the world. And as somebody in the comments just said, Stephen, it is time for the main event. Jon Jones, Anthony Smith.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, my
Lord. Going on here? What's going on here?
Oh, I'm guessing Colby is trying to cause a scene.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, fuck off, Colby. Prick. Was that what it was? Someone tell me. Django saying don't curse. Don't fucking tell me what to do. It's my show. What was the cracking night there? Was it Colby Covington being an absolute dick by any chance? Be awesome to see the UFC in Africa. Like UFC's obviously going to Moscow soon as well, innit? I would absolutely kill to be in Moscow. And the arena that they're doing it in holds 60-something thousand. I don't know if it's going to be holding.
They're going Moscow, but they're doing St. Petersburg as well.
Yeah, I think it might actually be St. Petersburg. Whatever it is, the stadium that they're in holds 67,000 anyway. And I would love to go there. I don't know if the actual arena will hold 67,000 for the UFC, or if they'll block it off for a certain number.
Yeah, there's a crazy amount of MMA, you know, pandemonium over there currently, especially with Khabib. They've still not shown the video that I want you so desperately to see. But yeah, look.
I don't reckon Eva Green's got a leopard either. And I certainly think that for? It's a credit card, I think. No, a car. Jaguar.
It's always a car.
So it's a Jaguar, not a leopard. Yeah, and I reckon if she did walk around with a Jaguar, she'd have it on a lead, wouldn't she? I'm sure.
It's a safer bet.
It is Mitch now. He's not dead yet.
It's always good when the team survive the first watch along.
Third round finish for Jones. Do you want to get your predictions in, everyone, in the comments? Let us know how you're getting on. I don't know what the hell he's doing over there. Submission or TKO. Bones can and will pull off a Hail Mary if faced with catastrophic interface. This is what I'm thinking. If Anthony Smith has got any hope in hell of this, he's just got to go in there and he's just got to close his eyes, bite down his mouthpiece, and just start swinging like an idiot. Yeah, because that can land. But that's not a great thing to put your tactics in.
Like I said to you before, he's got that power. Look at what he did to Shogun. Knocked him out on his feet. He's got power, man.
Of course. But Shogun's old.
Shogun is old and he's fucking passed it a long time ago.
Jon Jones is popping positive for Tyrannosaurus left, right and centre.
Oh. No, you're correct. But still, you know, he's still got what it takes to finish the fight.
What a fucking awesome card this has been so far.
Absolutely. Has it lived up to expectation?
Yeah. Yeah.
Surpassed,
Yeah.
even.
I mean, even like, there'll be some people that didn't find that last fight interesting. It was super interesting.
Yeah.
Because it could have changed at any fucking moment during that fight. But this is the one that we're all waiting for now. Because we do think Anthony Smith is going to bring the fury. And we do think Jon Jones is just going to be like, whatever.
30
Check
years,
this out.
So he's 30 years old. Let me remind everyone. 30 years old, 1 year younger than Jon Jones. But he's had 44 pro MMA fights. What the fuck? Like, crazy.
How much CTE do you reckon he's got?
Oh, mate. Banter levels
Shut up,
of
Mitch.
CTE. So loud.
There we go. Here we are, the ring walking now. Anthony Smith will be coming out first. We can't hear the music, so we can't even critique what sort of music choices there's going to be. But here we go. This is Jon Jones, perhaps the greatest of all time to ever have stepped into the cage. Perhaps one of the most dominant, deadly, ridiculous fighters that we've ever seen. Remember that one loss that he's got was a disqualification because he beat someone up so bad that they decided it wasn't fair. Like, that's the only time that he's got an L on his record. Apart from that, Jon Jones has been absolutely flawless. There's not really been anyone that comes close to him, and it's an absolute privilege to watch him every single time that he fights. Can Anthony Smith? This is the Buster Douglas scenario. It wasn't in the last one.
No.
But Anthony Smith should not lay a fucking glove on him.
Yeah, look, Jon Jones' most title defences in UFC light heavyweight history with 7. He is arguably the man. Yes, we have to look at all the doping scandals, of course. There will be that asterisk next to his name, but there is no question he's one of the best to ever step foot inside the octagon. Just the skill levels beyond anybody we've ever seen inside there. Anthony Smith has to come with everything he's got. He has to challenge him with every ounce of his being, show that power that we've seen in those previous fights, like he did to Old Man Shogun and previous opponents as well. But Jon Jones, he's not an easy man to hit either. He's got that range advantage.
Does he? And not only does he has it with his hands, what he likes to do is that really naughty teep to the knee. That hyperextending your knee a little bit. And it's... People say it's dirty, but so's kicking someone in the fucking teeth. At the end of the day, you might injure your knee. Yeah, you might also lose your fucking mind by getting head kicked into oblivion as well. I don't get that. I never liked it when people used to go on about Pal Harris like holding on to a submission too long. Nah, man, that's on the fucking ref to be up there, or you to not get fucking caught in the knee bar from the guy.
Absolutely.
You know what he's going to do. You know Pal Harris is going to heel hook you. It's on you to just tap as soon as he gets fucking near it, or don't get him near it, you know what I mean? So
that's your job in a fight.
I would
don't get
much
put
rather
in those positions.
have my fucking knee ligaments ripped out than be Anthony Barbosa. Anthony Tecia gets fucking Barbosa.
Yeah.
That's just not juju at all. Not having that. That's life changing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my knee. Yeah, cool.
6-1 underdog for Anthony Smith. Do you think he should have been a bigger underdog?
Yeah. Yeah, because if this fight happens 7 times, he ain't winning it once. So, I mean, he can make this a brawl, and we could look stupid here by saying that he's going to get smoked. But hindsight's 20/20, and going into this, Anthony Smith is nowhere near on the level. He's not fought anyone in their prime. You know, he has beat former world champions, but he's beat former world champions that are either about to retire or fucking should be retiring. He's not beating Jon Jones in his prime. That would have, if he beats Jon Jones in his prime, he's walking in wearing his fucking glasses. That, what the fuck? Come on,
You've got to see, man. Come on, there's someone with glasses. You've got to see. You've got to be able to look where you're going. Don't trip over anything.
Oh, that's not a good sign, though, is it? Like, someone hold me specs for me while I go in and fight one of the deadliest men in the world. Oh my days. It's not a good sign from him from here on out, I don't think. Do you guys think the ref called it far too early with the fights wrestling next the cage? Huh?
Did Goddard step in too early? Is that the question?
Not, well, I don't know. With fights wrestling next to the cage. Oh, you mean when he was stopping it, do you mean? Oh,
yeah, you know when he kept basically breaking up Usman?
Ah, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I think
he let them go quite a lot.
Yeah, I think you got to leave them to it, man. Let's go. Johnny Bones says Yasharala. He's only lost is a stoppage from illegal moves. Exactly.
Yeah, that 12-6 elbow.
Yeah, just whatever. R.I.P. Anthony says MKE. The greatest striker ever born, says Yasharala. Look, Jon Jones is a fucking enigma.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very interesting to see when someone puts him on his back and fucks him up. Now, that is something that, I don't know if I'd say I'd like to see it, but the interest inside of me would be like, I'd love to see who could do that. You know, as I don't know of anyone.
No, I look at the crop right now, and there's no one that I think can actually do that to Jon Jones. Not even DC at heavyweight. I don't care. I think that fight against DC can happen so many times, and I think Jon wins every single one of them. DC took him a lot closer than a lot give him credit for, though. Not in the last fight.
No, there was a couple of rounds I thought he was close, but then Jones just ran away with him.
How long? When is he going to take these glasses off? That's the question.
There we go.
He's done it. He's done it.
Superman wears glasses. That's a lot of bollocks as well, isn't it? Why is he jacked? You only get jacked by having resistance. You should look like Mr. Bean. By rights.
Absolutely. Anthony Smith, 3 bonuses in his last 4 fights. Always exciting.
You get ones tonight if he survives the distance, I reckon.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This shouldn't be a boring fight.
No, I don't expect this to be boring.
I think this might be ridiculous.
What? In what way? That Jones is going to smash him?
Carnage. Yeah. This basically needs like saloon piano music going alongside it. That's the sort of carnage that we're hoping for. Undefeated at light heavyweight, all finishes. 17 first round finishes. Finished 29 of 31. 11 knockouts. 18 knockouts, 11 submissions. He will come to bank, but he's also lost 13 times, which is around about 13 times more than Jon Jones has lost.
Yep. Maths isn't my strong point, but that's a lot more. So, here he is. He's in the cage now, Anthony Smith, as we await the champion, Jon Jones, to enter his domain, the UFC octagon.
Do you know what, man? It's an event every time Jon Jones gets in there. Like all of these greats. And we don't appreciate it as much, I think.
I think, but it's because of the controversy around Jon Jones. It's harder to do so.
It's harder
Your
to
moral
like
conscience
the guy.
is questioned.
Like,
yeah.
Fucking hell, what is it this week that you're getting done for? I mean, it was funny. Like last week when we said USADA or VADA or whoever was going to release the findings of his latest test, you're like, so he's failed then?
Yeah.
That's all you need to say. Because you wouldn't have said shit if he was going to pass. You'd have just been like, he passed.
He failed 2 out of 5 pre-fight drug tests conducted by
Another
VADA.
fucking test? Fucking hell.
The champ is here. That's what I'm imagining is playing. That's actually a nice T-shirt. That's cool. That's a cool T-shirt. I'd wear that.
A little bit similar to the one Anthony's walked out in.
They've only got one department, mate. Come on, give them a break. They got one guy with the drawing the pictures. That security guard on the left ain't gonna do shit.
We've got one on the right. He's got a mohawk, sort of.
He looks like fucking what is his name? Tank Abbott.
Hey man, got a read.
You're an Aldi Tank Abbott, mate. There we go.
Is anyone picking Anthony Smith? Tell me in the comments. If you're picking Anthony Smith, tell me why. And why wasn't this billed as Smith and Jones like the Men in Black?
Yeah, you did say this to me the other day. You could have made some cool posters from that.
Yeah, mate, I'm well busy. Fuck all chance of me doing that.
What time is it? It's 5:30.
5:29.
Wow. I've not had one sip of Red Bull.
Really?
I've done well.
Have a look.
Okay. I've survived.
What if Anthony Smith beats him? What if Anthony Smith comes in tonight, shocks the world, just goes fucking gadoosh? What's going on there?
I think he wanted to go and give something to someone or say, fuck knows.
Now's not the time to score, mate.
Yeah.
It was Mark that fucked him off back out to wherever he was going. What if Anthony Smith wins? What if he just fucking goes gadoosh and just drops one on him in the first minute? The silence in here would just be like...
Yeah.
Oh shit, son.
But if Jones wins, He moves
as we expect.
As we expect, he moves within one of Anderson Silva's record of 16 consecutive UFC wins.
Patrick Lindsay in the comments says, Jones isn't even in the top 5 best of all time. He's the #1 cheater. I don't know where I stand on that, because I don't think that all of the previous champions were clean.
No, man. Look at what happened to the Brazilian dynasty when USADA came in.
Alleged.
I should probably say allegedly, but yeah. Jesus Christ, man. It was like Flab City over there. Those pecs disappeared quick.
Jon Jones is kicking his own ass. Is it he's just something more of a beating than Anthony Smith's about to give him, or what?
Like, wipe him down. There we go. Bit of Vaseline.
Greg Jackson's a strange fella as well.
He is. He is.
15 fight unbeaten.
I spoke to him once. He came over for a Duke-and-War fight.
Yeah, I interviewed him, actually.
Were you there?
Yeah.
Oh, fair play.
It was it Tom's last fight on Bomber?
Yeah, probably was. Probably was.
There's Mitz now. What does he want?
Mitz is passing us something. Marty fought like a bitch. Of course Askren's going to say that. I love that whole Marty thing that he's got going on with Usman. It's funny.
Jon Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Jon Jones.
Jon Jones.
He's in the cage. Oh my dear Lord.
Yasala says Johnny Bones is the greatest MMA striker alive. The way Smith is winning is Jon breaks both arms and legs. He's got heart and the right attitude. It's a fight to him, not fighting the name. This might be, that's a good point. Woo! Like the video, share the video. We are about to kick off with the main event. Both fighters at 6'4", coming in at 205 for Jones, 204 for Anthony Smith. The reach by a bastard mile is in favour of Jon Jones, and he's fighting the first fighter that is younger than him, which is fucking nuts to think about.
Yeah, and as we said,
because he's not like he's a teenager, is it?
No.
Although I do remember when he was like the youngest ever light heavyweight champion,
yeah,
youngest ever champion.
Yeah, youngest ever.
And you just think, wow, and that was so long ago.
I was watching a video compilation ESPN did, and like listening to his voice crack slowly over those years was quite nice, actually.
We are about ready. Bruce Buffer's just doing the formalities, and then we will get cracking.
Oh no!
Herb Dean's in the mix.
Oh no! He's back. He's back to fuck up another fight. I love it. Watch him screw Jones, mate.
What the fuck's Jones doing? Or who the fuck's he talking to like that?
He's giggling, mate.
Do you know what? I'm actually upset about that. I'm not listening to Dominic Cruz right now. I actually feel a bit sorry for myself.
Who's on the call? Is it Cruz, Rogan, and Anik?
I don't know if Anik was there. I think Anik actually was there. Actually, I'm sure I saw him earlier on.
Wow.
Here we go.
Here we go. The #1 light heavyweight of all time against arguably one of the biggest underdogs in a title fight.
Is this our Buster Douglas moment?
I personally,
Jon Jones
don't
just
think
been on
it's
the
going to
whiff
be.
all week.
Do you think it's going to be the Buster Douglas moment?
No.
I
think
don't.
He's going to get fucked up. I don't know if it'll be quick, because I think he's definitely tough, because he gets fucked up in all of his fights, Anthony Smith.
Yeah.
Sometimes he manages to pull a win out of them, but more often than not, well, it's not more often than not, is it? The other way around. He manages to pull a win out. But he's not fought Jon Jones in any of those, so, you know. John is a walking cheat code, says Stephen Brown. Anthony Smith will do nothing. He was 5-7 at one stage in his career. Was that when he was at welterweight, though, before he moved up?
Yeah.
See, I think that's a weird one, man, because you got to remember Rumble was
Rumble Johnson,
230 pounds,
exactly,
4 fucking stone. So I think some fighters are just better. I mean, even Whittaker was pretty ordinary as a welterweight, moves up and becomes a champ.
When you realise the amount of power you can actually maintain by not cutting that weight.
Hey, listen, there's nearly 500 of you watching. We want 100 likes, or I don't know. Not really got anything that I can give you an ultimatum for, but it'd be nice if we got 100 likes. For all the effort of all the team, from myself and Dre, all the boys that we've got on the camera, we've got in studio with us, we've got Cameron, we've got Mitz, and we've got Mitchell. So big shout out to everybody that's helping keeping the stream alive tonight. And obviously we've got all of the rest of the MMA Latest crew. Thank you for tuning in if you're tuning in. covering everything that's going on tonight. And if you want more, check out MMALatestnews.com. As DJ said at the start of the show, we are about ready to get underway with our main event of the evening, Jon Jones against Anthony Smith. How's it going down?
Jon Jones. It's all Jon Jones. I'd be so shocked if Jon Jones lost this fight. He looked so good against Gustafsson in his last fight, the way he just dismantled him.
Why is he trying to mean mug him?
Oh, he doesn't give a shit. I love it.
Anthony Smith's doing this like shit. You're just like, you're about to have a fist fight in 30 seconds.
And if you've watched the Embedded series, you've seen how much of a mellow guy he is. So like this inside the cage mean guy look is kind of like, it doesn't really suit him.
No, stop being a dick.
Stop being Colby.
Yeah.
I love his pre-fight stretches. It's so cool. Here we go. We're underway.
He didn't do the spider thing coming out. Weird. Here we go. Can Anthony Smith make this a brawl? Because if he can't, it ain't going to last well.
It is not.
Got news for your son. Nah, you can't be tentative. You just got to throw.
So, bit of tentativeness from both men.
Expected.
Leg kick from Smith there. Even Smith is teasing the change in his stance. Interesting.
I was going to say, I think you've got to against Jon Jones. I don't think you do. I think he needs to bum rush him. I really think he's got to back him up and just like wail on him and see what happens and try not to get caught, because that's obviously very likely to happen as well. Jon Jones looks a bit thicker though, doesn't he?
Yeah, of course.
That'll be the Torino ball. It's not even allegedly.
No, he is the Torino ball.
Jon, he loves the gear.
Look at that. Oh, Jon already swinging. Misses both times with that left and right overhand.
Jon Jones just...
Oh, spin kick.
Turns right with some spin shit. Call the cops. Anthony Smith is too tentative, man.
Yeah.
You're here for a brawl. You're not here to be like a technical fucking boxer. You're not gonna. There you go. That's what we're here for. Big overhand right. Land it.
Carries on like this. It's a matter of time.
Oh, Jon Jones throwing axe kicks. He does not respect you, Anthony. Just fucking try and bong him on the chin. If not, get knocked out trying, because he's gonna fuck you up if he's in there much longer.
Look at this. He's getting he's in range now, man.
Yeah.
Jones
for
is
Jon
in
Jones,
perfect range.
He can be sat in the front row and you're in range for Jon Jones.
Again, misses with a big power hand. Smith is fighting back, though. You've got to give him the credit.
Well, it is a fight, and it is a title fight. I would fucking expect that. Oh, did that land? That looked like it connected.
Flush on the ribs.
Oh, Jon Jones, it's almost disrespectful the way he's throwing some of these punches. There's disdain in them. I think he's getting ready to move up to heavyweight. Looking how thick he looks in this fight.
Well, he's got it, man. I think that's part of the way to cement his legacy.
Oh, he threw it. He threw it. He tried it. Go on.
Is he going to slam him now?
I was hoping for... Yeah. Oh, yeah, he got the underhook.
He's tying him up.
Smith got the underhook and prevented it. Otherwise, he was going to get some airtime. Smith has nothing to lose. Go for it. Exactly. I mean, all he's going to lose is his consciousness if he doesn't. Picograms to stay focused. He's letting Bones think too much. Never let Bones get creative.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Watch Jones work him. Flush your drugs. It's the fuzz. Talking to you, Jon. Oh, did he just hit him with the shoulder?
Yeah, he's constantly
these
going
shoulder
with
strikes.
I think perfectly what you said about getting creative with Jon Jones. The minute you allow him to get creative, you're in trouble.
He's like, oh, you're not a fucking threat. Watch me. Can I hit you with the bottom of my foot? Yeah, let's do that. That's what he's about to enter into here now. Anthony Smith could get lit the fuck up. Because Jon Jones is not respecting him.
No.
He doesn't respect him. He doesn't think he's going to be a threat. He's very calm in there, and that, like you said, could lead to creativity, and that's not going to be a good night. But he's going with the teep to the outside of the knee, actually.
He is.
So Smith's got a throw.
That's the thing. He's been so inactive. There's nothing from Smith.
No,
it's the occasional throw.
Make this a brawl. You've got half a chance. If you think you're going to pick Jon Jones off, you're fucking mental. And these lunging jabs are doing nothing.
Oh,
Jon Jones sidekick to the belly. The disrespect.
Yeah.
It's like you're messing around with a little cousin or something, isn't it? Like Smith's throwing stuff, but it's just they're not even close to it.
Cannot touch him.
There's Jon Jones starting to throw some head kicks in there now. Oh, this is not going to last too much longer. He's going to get out of the round 1. I think it's going to slow down a little bit. It might not get out of round 2.
Another side kick. He is really attacking the abdomen region of Anthony Smith.
Controlling the range very well.
Anthony Smith can switch stance all he wants. Jon Jones is still going to get that range on him. Easy round for Jon Jones.
Not quite Kamaru Usman second round against Woodley, but very dominant. One there in the ribs.
I love that.
Then Anthony throwing one.
He did land. Yeah,
he did land. That's the only thing that's happened. I hope his corner's like, realise you're in a fight, right? Just checking.
Can you do something?
Yeah. So much for us saying not going to be a boring fight. It's not boring. It's just tentative at the moment.
Absolutely. I wouldn't.
Somebody hit somebody.
I think Jones is going to come out of the blocks in this round. He really is. Yeah. It's like he did against Gustafsson. Felt him out in that first round in the rematch.
Then finish it.
Boom. Come out in the second.
Get rid. All right, I'm bored now.
Good night, Irene.
Time to get on the whiff. Oh, Spider-Man's back.
He's back. He's ready this time.
I'm going to say head kick. Unless he decides he wanted a bit of cage time.
Yeah.
And Smith's just too tentative. It's just... He's going to get ended.
Big right hand from Jon Jones. Anthony Smith walking right into that.
Oh, he tried the front kick to the face. Oh, Anthony Smith, there you go. Throw the right over. More of that, and you might actually back Jones up, because at the moment, Jones just chasing him around the ring and just hitting him. It's quite pathetic, to be honest.
Oh, and to the body again.
He's just picking him off.
He is picking him off.
Anthony Smith's laughing. You shouldn't be laughing, mate. You should be thinking, he doesn't care.
Oh, he just tapped his knee, mate. He's literally like tag.
Oh, spinning elbow.
That was lovely.
Yeah, Anthony, throw the towel in, because you're not going to win this fight.
Can he go within one fight of Anderson Silva's record for the most consecutive wins in the UFC history? That currently stands at 16. Jones at 14 moves within one tonight, and it looks like it already. Smith has not offered pretty much anything
at all. Very disappointing, considering this was a guy that was talking it up that he was going to do X, Y, and Z. He's done none of that.
6-1 for a reason.
Well, yeah, like we said, though, 6-1 was a fucking bit of a robbery, to be honest. It should have been way more than that.
Oh, what is this? Jones can finish this if he is a bit more aggressive.
I'd like to see Jones get him out of there actually early doors. Unless like he is working on something for cage time, there's no need for him to be in there with him any longer. Just end this shit. Get him out of there. He's just not on a level.
No.
Maybe this is a good thing for the UFC to show that the dominance of some of these champions by putting them in with, people mid-range in the top 10 and just being like, yeah, have some of that.
Constantly attacking the abdomen.
He's got nothing for him. Nothing that Jones hasn't got an answer for. He can see every strike that he's throwing a mile off, and Jones is like, Jones is like, what's a punch I've not thrown for 4 years on the bag?
Yeah.
I've an 8.
He keeps going for that up kick as well. It is finding its destination there. Big left hand. Backs up Anthony Smith. Wow. Jones has got a minute 45 left in this round. Leg kick after leg kick.
I can't believe it's actually going to go to the end of round 2. It's ridiculous.
It really shouldn't. It really shouldn't. Jon Jones should be picking up the gas here.
Yeah, come on, Jon. Finish this, man. That's what we all want to see. Anthony's just offering nothing. You can't just throw single fucking jabs and think you're going to beat Jon Jones, you absolute maniac. Oh, it's nice there.
There we go. It's the combinations, man, and he's coming at different levels. He'll come high with the punch, he'll go low with the kicks. This is why he is the greatest of all time.
If you had to pick someone right now that's fighting and go with a bit more work, a couple more fights, they could beat Jon Jones. Have you got anyone in your head?
No, absolutely nobody. Absolutely nobody.
How does Ngannou and Jones go?
I think Jones picks Ngannou out. We saw what happened. You know, when he fought Stipe.
Oh, the kick is ridiculous. Do you think Jones has got that same sort of style of offensive wrestling?
Doesn't need it. Just Ngannou hasn't got the gas tank. "15 seconds left in the round."
This is a bullying. He doesn't give a shit.
Just give over your lunch money, mate. It is embarrassing. Okay, there we go.
End of round 2. Come on, Jon. Let's get this shit finished. This is not a matchup. This is a glorified sparring session with a guy that's not on your level. Oh, it did land.
Look at that up kick. Fantastic. I don't know. Look, Smith is trying to do something, but he's just not able to. And it's one shot every single time.
Yeah, one shot isn't going to do it against Jon Jones. You got to go with a big handful.
He looks he looks okay there, but yeah, you'd expect Jones to be at least now put more pressure on, because
yeah,
it's there. You
don't get paid overtime, son.
It's there for him, man. It's there.
You don't get paid overtime. Knock him out early night. Jobbed.
Whew. Here we go. Third round about to begin at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is 10 to 6 in the morning in the UK. Lovely.
It does feel like Jon Jones is toying with him. It doesn't feel like this is a contest.
Yeah, oh, there we go. Nice.
I would like to
hand.
see him push the gas a little bit and end this thing, which he potentially has done. It's coming out a little bit faster than he has done previously. Come on, show us why Jon Jones is the greatest.
There we go. Another one. Up kick again.
The output of Jon Jones is actually pretty impressive, because it's very quick. It's very constant.
Yeah.
There's a lot of volume.
This is where his conditioning comes to play, and that's why he's worked so hard on his conditioning.
Oh, he hit him straight into the post then. That can't have been good.
That ain't good for the back support, mate. Nah. Look at that. He's probably going to have those shoulder thrusts again in a sec.
It's this mad shit that he does. Kneeing you to the inside of the thigh, foot stomps. All that just annoying shit. Taking you out of your comfort zone, taking you out of your game. Anthony Smith has got nothing for him here. It's like he's fighting a child.
Looking for Herb Dean to maybe step in and break them up.
Or a corner to be like, yeah, we've got a fuck all chance of winning this. Just call it a day. Save him for the next fight. Or risk him having his fucking head took off at some
He's never
point.
going to get another chance at the UFC title, though.
True. To be fair, he might, because there's a good chance that after this, Jon could still get banned for a couple of years for everything. So I wouldn't rule that out.
What isn't in his system? That's the question.
Here we go, 320, third round, main event, Jon Jones against Anthony Smith. And everything that we said, they can't make this a boring fight. It's not boring, but
everything's gone
at 6 in the morning.
Everything's gone against what we've said tonight. It really has. It's going to go this way, this way.
Well, for it to properly go tits up, Anthony Smith needs to just fucking type it, uppercut him and end it, and we'll be like, right, yep, our picks were all wrong. I think with this one's fairly safe.
Yeah. We've not really seen any major input or output from Anthony Smith, and Jones is just grinding him against the cage right now. 2 minutes 30 left on the clock.
Oh, nice. Even with one hand, Jones is just...
What's he trying? He's trying to grab onto him with some kind of invert. There we go. Shoulder thruster back. Love those moves. They're great.
Just an annoyance, isn't it? He's probably not going to knock you out. I think he'd love to knock someone out like that.
Slam!
Oh,
down.
Beautiful.
There, that's
we go.
it.
Now it might be
elbow
time to finish.
Elbow time from Jon Jones.
Smith's got it back up to a turtle position. He's covering, he's defending well. I think this might end this round. Jon Jones on you with basically 2 minutes left in the round. Yeah, I don't think so.
What can Smith do from this position?
He needs to get back on his knees, probably, because being sat how he is, there's no hope of him getting up whatsoever. All he's going to do is defend and try and stop a couple of strikes. And he can't get kneed in the head because he's sitting down. What he wants to do is to get back onto his knees, thrust his hips up and stand up. He's not going to do that because where Jones is putting the pressure. So the other option is ride it out for a minute and 15. He's gone 2-on-1 on Jones's left hand. Jones looks like he's trying to sneak that right hand under the chin. He could, if he frees his hand, go for a dart from this angle. He's going back in front of the face.
That's what he's going. He's going to try that now.
Yeah, I think that might be what he's going for there. The dart is there if he wants it, but Smith 2-on-1 on that left hand is a problem for him. So how he frees that, he can use his knee. He can bring his knee in and free it if he does it that way. It just looks like he's beating him up a little bit now. Kneeing him in the foot. Yeah, he looks like he's going back. He's trying to get that right hand under the chin a little bit. He might just be trying to twist the head as well.
He's got 30 seconds to make this work.
He should be able to hold on. Anthony Smith still, for dear life, holding on to Jones's left hand. If Jones gets his knee in there, he'll free that. And he could easily fit his knee, especially the length of the limbs that he's got. He could easily fit his knee in there. He's punching him in the thigh now. He's going for the
to be honest,
high school dead leg.
Yeah, credit to Smith. He's defended all right here.
Yeah, because that should have been game over, really. Jones has switched it up. He's tried to go for a guillotine. Smith's gone for a single leg. No. And it's end of round 3. What the fuck?
Round 3.
How are we even on round 3? What's going on there with that?
I have no idea.
Hit me up in the comments. When is this going to end? Jones is Uwa's daddy. Okay. Sounds like it's not even a fight. No. Who hasn't done cocaine with Jones? Johnny Walker overrated. Nobody. Jon Jones undefeated, undisputed.
There's a real kind of down the middle, like Jon Jones love and hate in the comment section.
Oh yeah, it always has. How's this got to 4 rounds?
I don't know, mate. I really don't know, and I'm so tired.
Is Anthony Smith getting back? I'm tired as well. This is the curse of being a UK UFC fan. That come these times of the mornings, someone's dropped an F-bomb on the BT stream.
It's probably you.
The fucking buggers. The curse of being a UK fight fan. It's a fucking nightmare.
Post Watershed, mate. Peppa Pig's on soon. Fuck.
True story. Asking everyone to kill himself, apparently. I don't know. I don't keep up to current affairs. I've got enough watching sport.
All right.
Anthony Smith, do something, you boring knobhead. Jesus Christ.
Look.
Oh, what the fuck was that then? Jon Jones like with a flying Superman teep to the outside of the knee. with a, like, was it called an ollie in the skateboarding term? There was some Tony Hawk shit in there as well then. That was mad. Oh, that was good.
Lovely.
Good head kick. Spin kick to the stomach. John Jones. And now he's doing the thing that you do with kids where you just hold them on the forehead.
Yeah, he can smell it now. Yeah. He's coming in with the
Jones, let's finish him. Oh, the upward elbow, the Anderson Silva special. Yeah, Anthony Smith's getting bullied now. He's going to get wedged in a minute.
That's it. Jones keeps backing him up with those shots.
He does seem to be, unless he's just really riding with the punch, that he's like, what the hell are they doing? Look, Anthony Smith's got... Throw the fucking towel in. This is not a contest. This is a fucking bully beatdown in front of everyone in your underpants. It's not really fucking cricket, this.
Look at it. He's literally just holding his head.
Yeah, he is. He's holding him. He's doing the thing that you do with a toddler.
Lovely jump knee. There's a cut now on the nose of Anthony Smith. Oh, Jones trips him easily. Oh, it is actually like a bully beatdown, yeah.
Make sure to subscribe, everybody, and we'll be doing more of these for some more bully beatdowns like this in the future, probably.
If John Jones is involved, then definitely.
I don't know who beats him. I honestly don't know who beats him. We've got a bit of blood now coming from the face of Anthony Smith. Is it going to affect anything? We've got 3 minutes. He's just kneeling down, punching him in the face. This is just like... I don't even know what to call it. It's just a bully session. So Smith again in the turtle. He's going 2-on-1 on Jones's right hand. Whether or not he's able to keep him off. Oh, hammer fist from Jones to the side of his face. He's picking his shots now. He's got all the time in the world. Anthony Smith is just holding on. This is no longer a contest, and this is where I think corners should get more involved and be like, look, Anthony, you're not winning the fucking fight, mate. All you're going to do is take brain damage. Fuck it. You know what I mean? You can't win the fight. Let's get out of there. You're not going to, you're going to have that one-punch knockout. Yeah, well, you have to throw some punches for that, and that wasn't happening. So let's just fucking call it a night, shall we? Lads are tired. Come on. John Jones is just punishing him so he'll never talk shit again. It's not about a win, just a lot of punishment. Let's get fucking Colby in there. Yeah. Not bad. Get a drink in, mate. Unfortunately, I have to drive home after this. So, yeah, can't do that. I was going to make a joke then, but no, I'm not going to do that.
Don't do that at, 6 in the morning? Yeah. Oh, it slams him on his face. Blimey.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
No. That's like a wheelbarrow.
He's just bullying him. This is sad now. He's got him in turtle. He's got waist control. He's just slapping him in the face, kneeing him in the body. At what point does Anthony Smith maybe give him his neck?
Here we go.
And call it a night. He's gone 2v1 again on that right hand, and Jones is pummeling him with that left hand in the face. Herb, don't run a fucking favour, mate. Call this a night, because he's not defending himself intelligently. He's just getting punched in the fucking ear.
It's not good.
It's not been good for 3 rounds. It's just fucking... He's got 100 more strikes than him. 129 to 29. Oof, they got hurt.
They do.
They do. 44 seconds left. Come on, John. Don't take this to 5 rounds. It's not fair.
Oh, that massive knee to the abdomen.
You don't need that sitting down, do you?
Oh, mate, that's got to hurt.
I wonder if he's talking to him. Jim Kelly says, bite him, Smith, your only hope. You should allow a bite now, shouldn't it? If you're like more than 3 rounds down, you should be able to bite him. That's it.
Oh!
Was that to the head?
Was he downed? Was
that to the head?
Was he down? Shit.
Oh, we're going to have a DQ.
No.
Anthony Smith's going to become the champion by a DQ. Oh, my God.
Oh, no, he's laughing.
He knows. He's like, maybe my head hurts.
Oh, no.
You dick. Fucking hell, John. So you should have fucked it off weeks ago. Here we go.
He's down. Oh no, he's up. Is he up? No, the knee's technically down,
no,
right?
His knee was up, but does the hand count now or not? I'm not. The rules changed, and it's not.
It's
clear,
like usually 3 points or one knee
the
down.
soles of his feet, but the soles of his feet were down.
But his knee was technically up as well.
Have a watch of it again. When it shows it again.
What's YouTube saying? Dirty hit? I don't know.
Pay my money, Smith. Horrible commentary. Thanks, mate. Why would you do that, Gino? Told you Smith was playing possum. Yeah, he's gonna win this fight. If he's like, he's not, unless he's really thick and he's like, yeah, I'll carry on. Otherwise, you need to be going, oh no, my nose really hurts, and I'd probably just call it a day, to be honest with you. Oh, I've won the fight by disqualification, have I? Score.
Oh, he's getting a point taken off him. Herb Dean takes the point. Anthony Smith is continuing.
What an idiot. He's basically just gone, no, I don't want the belt. What the fuck? What the fuck? They've just gone like that, Anthony. Would you like to take the belt? And he's gone, sack it now.
Oh dear. We're going into a 5th round.
Yeah. Herb's literally talking to someone cage-side now and is like, is he fucking for real, Anthony Smith, or what? Because he was about to become champion by disqualification. And he's like, yeah, whatever. Wow.
Is he up, man? I don't know.
No, the bottom soles of his feet are up.
Yeah.
So, but I don't get how you take a point. I don't get how you take a point and Smith decides to carry on. That's ridiculous. All right, yeah, for being a man, yeah, sound. But for taking the title of Jones, can you just go,
win the belt on a DQ?
I don't know if you can actually.
2 point deduction. 2 point.
2 point deduction.
2 point.
Can you not win the fight on a DQ? A title on a DQ? I'm sure he can. Have a Google.
2 point deduction.
A 2 point deduction. That's ridiculous.
Herb Dean is comical.
Hang on then. No, he's still up by 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. That's how much of a fucking farce this is. Jesus Christ. You can give him a 5-round deduction, he'd still get it done now.
Two bloody points from Herb Dean taken there.
I've never seen a 2 point deduction before.
I can't remember one off the top of my head.
Wow.
Okay, mate. Jones, come on, come out and finish this. Look at Smith. He looks dazed, man.
I don't know who looks sadder, him or what the fuck's Jones doing, or Tyron Woodley. To be fair, they've both been bullied.
There we go. There's not much left from Smith.
John Jones is going to be finishing.
There's not much left.
He's just going bop, bop, bop. He's just jabbing his teeth out. See, this is the sort of brawl that we hoped Anthony was going to make it. Oh, he's throwing jabs and uppercuts now. Come on, finish it.
He's still throwing back, Anthony Smith.
He's throwing singles.
Oh,
there we go. John
he's
sprawled. It took to the 5th round, so he remembered he could do that. So a 2 point deduction.
2 point deduction. He was up. He was up
4
rounds.
Yeah, so he still can't really lose.
Unless there's another 2 point deduction.
It wouldn't rule it out with John Jones, would you?
For the banter, mate, with Herb Dean. Oh, he loves the banter. Absolute rife. It looks like he's hunting him down, but it's just Jones is not pulling the trigger, really.
He's finishing with that elbow,
He missed on the leap in there.
Or is he trying to finish him by shoulder? Shoulder KO. Look like he needed him in the bollocks then. Thank you everybody for joining us. Please remember to subscribe and like.
Yeah.
And come back for the next one.
Yeah.
And if you've already subscribed, put the notifications on as well.
It's been a boring main event.
It's been a frustrating main event more than boring. Because you're like, Why is he toying with him? Why not just fucking get him out of there? Because he clearly is on 9 levels above him.
Yeah.
And Anthony Smith is just... I'm disappointed in him. I'm disappointed in his corner. I'm disappointed in Herb Dean.
One word to, summarise. Disappointed, maybe?
For the main event only, because the rest of the card was sick.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a little bit off us.
Askren Lawler was really good.
Yeah. That was the best fight.
There we go. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. And we assume, unless some other shenanigans happen, Jon Jones retains...
Anytime multi-ball. No, not on today. We're not playing that?
No.
All right, okay. I mean, look at Smith's corner. They're not even giving him advice. That guy's like going reading an advert back in the distance. It's like, oh, we're cornering that guy. Yeah, what do you want me to say to him? I don't know.
There's not much you can say.
Foot stomps. Like, yeah, I don't know. No idea. Stop getting it with a shoulder. It's weird. Oh, 2v1, yeah. Right. This is what my son does to me. He's 12. All he does is he manages to 2v1 me for a little bit while I fuck him up. So this is exactly the same sort of levels that's going on here with this.
That shoulder thrust is so annoying. What can that actually be doing?
Annoying. Oh, there's a nice inside left there. That wasn't bad. Oh, he's rocking him with them shoulders. Jones looks like he's actually trying to finish the thing now for a change.
I don't think he is, because I think he can like genuinely finish it on the feet, and he's working for a takedown. He's so stupid.
Just dropping these shoulders in are just annoying him. Wow.
Less than a minute left to go of UFC 235, the main event, of course.
Somebody gives Smith a stick so he can defend himself. Yeah, if you get 4 rounds up, throw a stick in for the other guy. Even that shit up a little bit, like a little kosh. Job's a good one. I like that. It's a great idea. Someone's saying that Jones doesn't look good without the drugs. He's still on the drugs. I'm not even throwing in allegedly in there.
No,
he's on the drugs. He popped twice. 2 times.
Pulsing
Yeah,
effect.
pulsing.
Well, pulses.
Pulsing. Fucking idiot. Come on, finish the fight. Jesus Christ. As if this shit went the distance.
As if.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This deserves...
Oh, flying knee to the end.
That deserves
that was all she wrote.
There we go. What a fight. What a sack of shite.
Nidge says I have it 48-42 Smith. Probably not. Maybe you can finish him. Maybe they're both on Picos.
Throw budget Tank Abbott in there as well, mate. He was... Smith brought nothing to that fight. Who was worse, Smith or Woodley?
Well, man, that's a good question. Comments? Smith or Woodley? Who sucked them most in that? I think because of the expectation I had of Woodley, maybe Woodley.
But Woodley was supposed to be good.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's definitely Woodley, man. We knew like this is what we were going to get with Anthony Smith.
Wow. Yeah. Who sucked more? Tell us in the comments. Jesus. Do we need to wait this decision?
It's been a fun show besides that, hasn't it?
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We are just going to wait for the actual official decision, just in case Herb Dean's completely fucked it up somehow. And I don't know. We'll make sure that it is actually Jon Jones that retains his light heavyweight title. Obviously, we're not going to catch what everybody says, but we are pretty much basically wrapping it up. So we are always waiting for that official decision. I can't imagine what's taking so long. For them to add this shit up.
They got to take those 2 points off, man.
It can't be.
That's a lot of maths.
Someone's had to take a shoe off. Jesus Christ. But thank you guys sincerely for joining us. Definitely please come and check us out again. We'll be doing the next one for 236. I think. I've not checked the dates, but I'm pretty sure we'll be doing it for 236. Herb Dean and Bruce Buffer now giving us the official decision, which we expect to be.
And
Jon Jones.
Still.
Yeah, and still. gets a new belt this time. Gets that new plastic bullshit that they're hawking around as the new belt.
I hate that, man. It's horrible. It's like Optimus Prime had sex with the old championship title and produced that. It's dreadful.
Right, while Joe Rogan speaks to Jon Jones, we will say thank you, and we will get out of your hair. But it's been an absolute pleasure, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you in the next one. Laters.
Thank you very much.